Welcome to the damn, I messed that up. I totally messed that up. Welcome to the 4205 cast. The Kings are coming at you live, but you'll hear us on tape delay. Today I have with me Joe and Chris.
There, that's easy.
You're just not giving us this. You and Dre just not giving us a chance anymore.
You know what? It's for the best.
Yeah, it probably is. I'm your host
For the
tonight,
best.
Theo.
Whatever. At least you screwed up the intro. At least you can do is give us a shot to unfuck it.
Unfuck it. All right.
Unfuck it.
Unfuck it then.
Joe.
Chris.
And your host Theo.
There you go.
We can't seem to get me and Dre on the same podcast.
No.
I think it's in our contract that we can't be on the same Zoom call.
Oh,
Y'all have contracts?
Yeah. Oh wait, you don't?
With whom?
With I don't think I should.
Tricor.
You see? I've gotten real inquisitive lately. You'll understand why later.
Oh.
Yeah.
How you guys doing?
All right. Like, hanging in there.
Yeah.
My back hurts.
What,
Joe.
what happened?
Joe murdered himself.
Yeah, from carrying this podcast. No.
Yeah. Okay.
And he just started hurting?
I don't know. I woke up and my back was thrown out. I don't remember how it happened.
Age. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Old. You're old as dirt.
Yep.
That's just how it be, man.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like my knees just hurt all of a sudden now.
That's
I don't
right.
play sports.
Well-
So it's not even like, it's like, I just woke up and I was like, wait, my knees hurt. What's going on?
Yeah. Well, I feel good because I did ring fit earlier for the first time in a week, so that was good. That was a good look.
And we're just going right into what you're playing then.
I guess we'll go from there. I wasn't trying to, but that works
No.
out, I guess.
It was relevant to the conversation.
And that it was.
All right. So
Yeah, it was.
guess you can start us off.
All right. Well, I played Ring Fit for the first time in a week, and they're so nice when you come back. They don't guilt you like We Fit.
Yeah.
Where We Fit scolds you for being a lazy piece of
Like,
shit.
where were you?
Yeah. We Fit trainers all like, oh, come on, man. Like, what's going on? And it's like,
Yeah.
wow, fuck you. It insults you if you gain weight. It's no good. This one's very nice. It's like, hey man, good job, welcome back, and it literally congratulates you for turning the machine on. It's very nice. It's very positive
Right,
reinforcement.
you can't be discouraging to anybody who's trying.
Yeah,
it's hard enough, man.
Yeah, it really is. It really is.
It's a lot of positive reinforcement in that game.
That game is awesome. That's another reason why I fucking love it so much. Honestly, I really love the positive reinforcement of it. So yeah. So I God damn, what the hell have I been doing? I managed to fill out my Soul Spirit collection in Smash Brothers.
Like
It's
you
done?
finished it?
It's
Yes.
done, huh?
I
For
have
now.
all of them.
Is that the equivalent of 100%ing Smash?
About as close as you can get, I think.
Okay. Well, you still got to do the targets and shit like that, right?
No, they're all they're all rolled in. I have beaten arcade mode, the arcade mode with every character, and there's only one bonus level, and you can only do it while doing the arcade mode. So,
Mhm.
All right.
I mean, have I done baseball home run smash with everyone? Almost. I'm about as close as you can get to 100%.
You got all the
this fucking game.
spirits?
Yes.
What is wrong with you?
I don't know. Look, I told you I was like,
There's
I
like
saw the
500
number.
now, right?
Theo, there's 1,400.
What?
Yes,
You're insane.
I know. Well,
You're absolutely insane.
well, what you missed last week, or the week before, rather.
I heard.
Yeah, it was close enough. I was like, I only have 400 to go. Why not? Fuck it.
Some of those are kind of miserable.
Yeah, but there's a lot of my other spirits are very leveled very high up. So
Okay.
yeah.
So
And
are you able
there's
to get
tricks.
Are you able to get everyone at any time? Because I know certain weeks they say that you can get
So
this one.
I am technically missing the Octopath ones because they haven't been rolled into the game yet. They've rolled all of the special ones eventually.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I have all the Kunio ones. I got 3 of the 4 Kunio ones, and they rolled the last one in,
Mhm.
and I was able to get it.
So
Exactly. Yeah, I think the 4 Kunio ones are the twins, Riki, Kunio, and Goda, who's the or Ivan rather,
Right.
the doorman.
Do they go by their Japanese names then?
Japanese names.
Okay. All right.
It's Ryuji and Ryuki. Ryuji and Ryuki are
Okay.
Randy and Andy in Japan. So yeah.
Randy and Andy. That was Ryan and Alex.
No, it's Ryan and Alex are Riki and Kunio.
Yeah. Oh,
I
okay.
was talking about the Dragon Twins.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're a spirit as well.
All right.
Yeah, so the characters from Octopath are in pairs, and those are the only 4 spirits I'm technically missing, and they have not been rolled in to get regularly. So I'm about as done as you can get with that right now.
Until there's more done to be.
Exactly, which will probably be a new character announcement next month.
I've been there. I've been
there
with Isaac all the time.
Mm-hmm.
At one point, I had 100% at Isaac.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm down to like 71%.
Jesus
somehow.
Christ, really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah,
That's psychotic. Considering how much you play that game.
Yeah.
That is a statement, sir.
Well, they added more content, so
I thought after Afterbirth Plus they stopped adding stuff. They still are?
there's another expansion coming.
Jesus, is there really?
Yes, there is.
That's madness.
Wow.
That is complete insanity.
Game
I
of
know.
forever.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? That's that's like the plus side about games as a service.
Yep. Well, it's not as games as a service. They're paid add-ons.
Yeah.
It's DLC.
Meh. Isn't that the same shit though?
Not necessarily. But this game is like what, 10 years old? Maybe
Yes.
more
Oh,
if you got the
no.
Flash game.
It's true.
Hmm.
So yeah, so I finished that. The Streets of Rage 4 balance patch came out,
Yeah, it did.
and I now honestly, I really love almost every change they made. I don't care if they patched out the charge loop infinites. Adam's Derpy Infinite is gone, and I
Yeah.
don't mind that necessarily because I was using that as a crutch.
Yeah, it was mad easy.
Yeah.
And because it's dumb easy, like it's stupidly easy.
And you kind of needed it.
You do in some parts, but now I didn't feel that need anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And the overall game, while it is easier, which is not a bad thing, like I understand the people who have been playing it nonstop like psychopaths since it came out, which I was one of those people at first. But when I heard they were going to do this balance patch, I went, you know what? I want to walk away from it now because I'd done a lot of work in that game. That's why I had gotten about 4 S ranks on Mania pre-patch,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like, you know what? I don't want to get in the habit. So, because when they change this, I'm gonna get upset
Yeah.
and I didn't want that to happen because
That and you didn't want to do Chinatown pre-patch.
oh my god, Jesus Christ.
I'm sorry, I should have laughed like.
Yeah, exactly. Right. So I didn't want to have that like, well, now my tech is gone. And I was starting to learn how to do the charge loop stuff, but I was like, I didn't know they were going to patch that out. And if I had I'll be honest, if I probably would not be as thrilled if they had patched it out and I had learned how to do it and taken the time to learn it.
Yeah.
And because I didn't have that experience, I think the balance patch is fucking incredible.
Mm-hmm.
They even buffed the soundtrack.
What do you mean they buffed that soundtrack?
So when Rising Up plays in the elevator,
I did notice that.
they added the vocals from
Gotcha.
the updated track that he released, that Olivier Dendrier released post launch of the soundtrack, and so like even the soundtrack got buffed. Like it was fucking great, man.
That's
like,
crazy.
It's so good, and they also there's been a little bit of a tease because when they were mentioning like, oh yeah, you can interrupt hits now with your special, which is one of the biggest buffs about getting through the game, which is why the game feels significantly easier to play.
Yeah.
They show Shiva and Axel, and it looks like you're controlling Shiva, even though there's a
good.
black bar over the life bar, and you're like, oh, that's Shiva moving like a player. Oh, that's coming. Very cool, guys.
I mean,
all right.
I mean, come on.
They
I know.
they added a model for Shiva.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
And didn't use it, but then
Yeah.
again, there's like a bunch of new models in the game.
Estelle is
Unique
definitely coming into
models.
that game.
Oh, Estelle 100% is.
Like Estelle as well, yeah.
Everybody wants Estelle to be a playable character.
Yeah.
Everybody wants Max's new sprite. Everyone wants Shiva's new sprite, and as Streets of Rage 4 characters in particular. So I just cracked out, and I have an S rank on every level in Mania with Adam.
Still using Adam.
He's good.
Still really good.
Yeah.
He's
He
really
didn't
good.
stop being bad.
Yeah.
Like he's not.
They made Axel really fucking good.
Axel's fantastic. He is.
And I'm not even like an Axel player like that, but I was like, oh, let me just try him out, and he is incredible now.
I was playing. You know what? He has some shenanigans too.
Mhm.
So he has some charge shenanigans. Okay, so Axel's charge attack. You know how like Adam has the boot,
Yeah.
right? And Axel has like the strong roundhouse kick that knocks enemies into each other.
Yes.
That's what the charge attacks are really for, and they are very necessary when you're really learning how to play that game. You don't realize how good those things are until you start using them on Mania, and they're like entirely good for crowd control. They make all the crazy hallways possible.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you're wondering, like, oh, how do I get to that hallway without dying? charge attacks are how you get through that hallway without dying. Because when you boot enemies into each other and knock into each other and hit stun, then you're able to jump in on them and do combos and shit. So Axel has some really cool properties with this shit. So you can cancel almost any movement with a special move unless it's a very finishing frame of an animation, which usually means you can't cancel at the end of your regular attack string. You can't cancel at the very end of a special move. And you can't cancel... no, I think that's it. Like, those are the only two things you can't cancel. Everything else is cancelable. So when you learn that, you realize Axel can slide forward and then do his special attack. So when you do the charge, the kick that slides him forward, if you interrupt that by pressing special, you get a really cool like round attack, and it moves him forward. Also enables for some real interesting juggle shenanigans, especially considering that his his base Y attack now OTGs. So like they have on the ground combos for anyone to know what the fuck I was talking about. And yeah, so like there's still shenanigans in this game, man. There's still tech. And they didn't take the tech out. Yeah. They took out your inability to charge an attack while performing another motion. Which I think is fine. Because that's what made everybody busted. Yeah. And now that's gone. So you know what? I think they fucking crushed it. I am so happy.
I've also been playing it too. I'm not going to stay too long on it, but it just feels like a way more manageable and fun game to play.
Yes.
And it wasn't until like doing another replay where I realized that, because before I complained about characters they should have had a character, I think, that had a parry, until I realized that the specials are the parries in this game.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, okay. And then once I had that in my brain, I was like, okay, this game completely changes.
Yeah, beat 'em ups are not made for defense.
Yeah.
Like, they're just, most of them aren't. Like, they're not really made with defense in mind.
I wouldn't mind a character that had a defense, though, a defensive play.
Defensive mechanic? Yeah, I guess that wouldn't be too bad.
I wouldn't mind that. But, like, once you realize that, okay, I can mitigate this damage or just outright take it away completely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially because you can interrupt attacks with the special moves. Like, you can interrupt your hit stun with those specials now. And that that's the best quality of life change they made to the game. Other than removing a lot of the armor from some of the enemies.
Oh my god! You do not have to respect anybody anymore in that game.
No, you still do.
I mean, on high, yeah.
On high, you probably still have to respect.
You can't jump on Donovan still. That doesn't happen.
Yeah.
He will anti-air you every time.
Yeah.
You can't fucking jump in on some of the kick guys. Some of the Orange Cassidys.
God, who's the knife dude? What's his name?
Galja.
Galja, don't respect them anymore at all.
They finally did it. They finally got rid of it.
I punched him. I was like, wait, the hitbox isn't like way in front of him anymore.
That was the worst thing. And behind him.
I mean, it felt natural, though, because that's the way it was.
Yeah, but, I mean...
You know what?
I don't want to deal with that.
Nah, I'm happy. It was the dumbest thing they held over. It didn't need to be there. I'm not going to complain about it. Look, stage 12 is still a nightmare. So, like... You get fucked up in that stage if you don't know what you're doing.
I don't like that stage at all.
Well, that's because they got rid of the thing that made that fatty room easy, and now you have to deal with them.
I actually think it's too long.
That's the last stage. It needs to be crazy.
I know, but it feels.
No, it feels like the last stage. Like you want to know long? Play Metal Slug 3. Metal Slug 3's last mission goes on forever.
Yeah.
And I'm not even joking. When you get to, because there's 5 missions in the game. When you get to mission 5, you're now at the halfway point of the game. That's how long mission 5 is. I'm not even joking a little bit. That stage 5 of Metal Slug 3 is psychotic.
Yeah.
So yeah, for me, it's like, I like how brutally difficult the last stage is. The checks are still stage 6, stage 9, and stage 12.
Yeah.
So I'm fine.
9 is what again?
The tower.
The tower? Okay.
Yeah. When slides, karate men, gun guys, elevator. Max.
Yeah. I don't know. That stage didn't bother me too much.
Max still has permanent armor?
Yes, he does. You can't knock him down. And you can't mash out of his grab during a second fucking form. They buffed all the bosses.
Okay.
All the bosses are buffed, with the exception of Commissioner. They nerfed him a little bit.
Yeah.
Everybody else got buffed.
Diva.
Well, no, Diva they nerfed her a little.
Yeah. Ray and Bayo, they nerfed also.
They nerfed. One of them doesn't have permanent armor. and they also made in their first stage, their like AoE attacks are smaller.
Yes, yeah.
So you can get away. They also nerfed as far as the enemies go, the support girls that throw the grenades and shit.
I hate them so much.
Well, they nerfed the fire ones a little bit, which was nice because those were a fucking nightmare to get away.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So Streets of Rage 4, somehow better than it even was, and I'm very happy. And is there anything else? Oh, I was playing Vermintide. Warhammer Vermintide 2.
First one or second one?
Second. I mean, I don't have the first one installed. That game is incredible. Like, holy shit, that game is fun. I'm maining Barden, who is the dwarf.
Okay.
Particularly his.
They don't have names. They have races.
Functions. I don't know, man. Those characters are hilarious and amazing.
Yeah.
Like the dialogue between all the characters in that game is fucking phenomenal. So yeah, so I was just playing that, and I think that's pretty much it. Really, I didn't like play much else, honestly.
Okay.
School and shit. So
yeah.
So that's me.
Speaking of school and shit, Joseph.
What? What are you implying?
I'm just you're shitting at school. I don't know.
That's right.
You're doing shit at school.
No, I'm not.
Twiddling his thumbs.
That's all I can do right now.
Oh man.
But there isn't a single day where I haven't gone to work now because I have to, go to the school and participate in Zoom meetings at the school for some reason.
Yeah, that makes sense. That sounds
good. That's the DOE managing their time perfectly. Don't be absurd.
When we all meet up again, we're still going to do Zoom calls.
Forget it. There isn't a single day that's gone by at work where I haven't gotten home and immediately gone to sleep because shit.
It's exhausting.
Exhausted from the stupid.
From nothing.
From nothing. From waking up at 6 a.m. that I haven't done since March.
God.
Whatever. I'm the least busy I've ever been, and once everything changes, that's gonna stop being like that. But whatever. But I have been playing stuff, trying out new things.
Oh, okay.
I have a bunch of new things.
I love when you try new things.
Yeah, I don't really like the new things.
I say that's the catch, isn't it?
It is. I was waiting on this BPM game, this bullets per minute.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah. Uh-huh. It's kind of annoying to play. It's kind of annoying to play. I mean, you get in there and everything is like yellow. And it all blends together and you're
like piss yellow?
Yeah, like golden yellow. Golden piss yellow. I mean, it's like supposed to take place in like Asgard or whatever, so it's very Nordic themed.
Okay.
It plays like a Valkyrie or something, and you're shooting a gun. Don't ask me how that fits in.
That makes sense.
I'm
not even trying to be facetious. That makes perfect sense.
But everything like blends together, and it's hard to see. And the range on your starting weapon really stinks. And they send out these flying enemies that could shoot you from like the entire room away, and you can't hit them back because your range on your pistol sucks. Oh, yeah. It took me a while to get used to, and I finished one run where I had like really good items, and it felt like a lot like Isaac in that you go through like a map room to room, and you pick up items, coins, and keys. I'm like, I played this game just with a different perspective.
I feel like you're burying the lead on what the key mechanic is in this game.
Well, it's a rhythm game.
Yeah.
It's a rhythm game, and it's really easy to distinguish the beat, so that's good. You have to shoot on the beat or on the half beat, depending on what gun you're using. And if you don't, your multiplier gets reset, and you lose like bonuses, and you don't get as good rewards. So you're incentivized to keep it going. If you get hit, the combo counter resets, but like everything does like 25 damage, and you have like 100. So these dinky little things are hitting you for a quarter of your health right off the bat, and like they swarm you with a bunch of enemies. So mind you, you can't like mash your button to get there. You have to shoot rhythmically. It's like boom, boom, boom. And like every half beat you can shoot, but you also have to reload on the beat.
Oh, so kind of like Gears of War, the active reload.
Yeah, sometimes you have to like click it a bunch of different times, and reloading with the R key without being just one keystroke is really annoying.
So map it to your.
I did. I map. That's exactly where I put it.
That is every
That is
time I play a
exactly
shooting
where I put
game
it.
and I see reload and arm, like that's not going to stay there.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I think I'm so programmed to R at this point.
Yeah.
It's everything else. I'm
No,
like, nah.
R is perfectly fine if it's
R and E are fine.
if it's one and done.
Yeah.
If it's one and done. This is not one and done.
Mhm.
This one is like boom, boom, boom.
Oh,
okay.
Or more accurate, it's like boom, 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 boom.
Hey,
You know, like that, you know?
Finger guns.
Yeah. I found the shotgun to be the most fun because you could
shotgun,
like, the shotgun,
Shoddy boom body.
the shotgun. Because on the half beat, you like kind of like reload
cock it.
Yeah, you cock it. It's like boom, 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 boom.
Okay. Beatboxing over here. I like this.
And then you have to put each
Shell?
each slug on the beat.
That's cool.
Yeah, and it's like click, 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 boom, boom, click, click. Boom.
It looked like Dre had mentioned in the chat, and I saw it a few like weeks before. I was like, oh, this looks pretty interesting.
Yeah.
And I know it wouldn't work with the way I play first person shooters.
Yeah, it kind of shoots itself in the foot rhythmically.
On the rhythm? Okay.
Yeah. On the beat.
On the rhythm.
Beat,
yeah, because they took a cool concept and it's, I don't know, I find it really annoying to play. I really like the idea of it. But your starting equipment is really bad. A lot of the items don't seem to do anything. You get like money, but like not enough money. You never get enough keys. It's like kind of the problem I have with Enter the Gungeon.
Yeah. That sounded exactly like Enter the Gungeon when you was describing it.
Yeah, and it goes back and forth between really easy and really hard, usually towards really hard. I mean, there's only two difficulty settings, easy and hard. And you unlock more characters as you go through the game, but the other characters really don't seem like they're worth it. There's one character that starts with a better gun, but only has armor and no health. So if you get hit, you're kind of like screwed there. Unless you can find like super rare armor upgrades.
Can you gain health?
Yes, we can gain health.
Okay.
You can. So there's that.
Okay.
It is run based in the same way that Isaac is. I know you mentioned Isaac.
Yes, before. It is. It is a roguelike shooter.
Okay. What I mean by that is like you're gaining different abilities as you progress each stage, right?
Not abilities, items.
Gotcha.
And you could never hold more than one gun at a time, which is really upsetting. I would love to be able to switch to a different gun if I have a slow shooting, really powerful gun, and I come into a room where it's like swarming with enemies. I'm like, I know I'm gonna get hit a bunch of times because I have to run around shooting, and God forbid I miss, because then I have to reload on the beat.
Yeah,
and it takes like forever. Because sometimes, the enemies are not beholden to the same rules that you are. Yeah, so like there's a bunch of things flying around shooting at you, and you're trying to stay on the beat, and you're dodging these things that are off the beat.
So it's not like Crypto the Necrodancer where everything is in tandem with the music.
No, not everything is in tandem with the music. The enemies are not in tandem with the music.
Nah, I don't like when enemies break the rules.
Yeah, bullshit.
The bosses are though.
Okay.
Why would they do that?
Yeah, it's so weird. That's a bad design choice.
Because you.
Well, here's the thing. Maybe it's possible that they shoot you, that the ranged attacks come at you on the beat, but they don't reach you on the beat. Like you don't react to them on the beat because they're flying at you, and they outrange you, so you can't shoot them back, and it's really annoying. I went through. I made it through a single playthrough, and I'm like, I don't really ever feel like playing it again. Which is a shame because I was really looking forward to it. It only cost me like $17.50 because I got on sale. Okay, so I'm not that mad about it.
Yeah,
with no plans to refund it. I don't think I played it more than 2 hours anyway.
8.0. I mean, I said 8.0. Is it 1.0? release or is like early access?
It's not early access.
Okay.
That's my knowledge anyway. I don't think so.
Mm.
Pretty sure it's not early access, but I really think this could have used more. I could have used more style.
Mm.
The music is good, but it's kind of bland.
Just like Doom music?
It does sound a little bit like Doom music,
Okay.
but like they put their own like twist on it. It's very, hard metal.
Mm-hmm.
It's absolutely hard metal. I mean, the theme of the game is kind of lends itself to that.
Yeah, you're in Asgard. Like, come on.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Can you put your own soundtrack over it? Like, Beats? God, what was that? Beat Hazard?
Beat Hazard. Yeah. I wish you could. Like, I really think this is a concept.
That's what you were hoping it was, right?
No, I mean, I knew it wasn't that, but like, this is a concept is something that I think could be explored a little more, deeply.
Mm-hmm.
Right. What we have now, BPM seems like a tech demo, a proof of concept game,
Mm-hmm.
where it's like, here's a rhythm shooter.
Okay.
And it's a really cool idea, but they can go a lot farther with it, and I wish they had.
Mm-hmm.
Put a little more thought into it, make the style a little more colorful. It's really hard on the eyes.
Okay.
But if you like rhythm games, maybe you'll like it. But I found it pretty annoying to play.
Mm.
I love rhythm games.
Yeah.
What else do you play and hate this week?
Sekiro Shadows Die Twice.
You hated this, really?
You
really?
got it. Interesting.
Well, I found it very tedious.
Oh, okay. What about it?
Well,
You died more than twice.
now that doesn't bother me.
Yeah.
But, I don't think I'll ever buy another From Software game. I don't like that style. I don't like that style. I appreciate the challenge.
Yeah.
But having to retread everything just gets to be a slog.
I am completely with you. But it's kind of odd that you're saying that because you love roguelikes.
It's different with roguelikes because it's different each time.
Mm.
It's not the same stage every time.
And a From Software game, like, I died. Now I have to do all of this over again the same way.
Yeah.
Everything's the same.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I just haven't gotten far enough in it. The last thing I did was I beat some guy on a horse.
Yeah.
Mm.
Which was an annoying fight, but
he's kind of the check.
Manageable. It was I found it manageable.
Mm-hmm.
You really couldn't do anything with it. I really felt like it was a very non-interactive fight, which really bothered me.
Yeah, that's not a good way to be.
All I could do was just block his attacks and respond when he was vulnerable. I'm like, I don't feel like this is kind of a skill check. I feel like this is just something
like you're waiting to play.
Yeah, this feels like an endurance test more than anything else, and I wasn't hoping for that kind of thing. I was really hoping to go in there and just be clever about how there are all these fire pits around, and I'm like, oh, let me try luring the horse into the fire, and the horse just walked over the fire like nothing happening, and I'm like, this really shouldn't be. This horse should be terrified of this fire that he's standing in.
Nah, he's a demon horse.
Is it a demon horse?
No, it's a regular horse.
Okay.
Plain old horse.
Sure.
I mean, sure, it's a war horse, and he's probably trained, but I don't think you can train a horse to stand in fire.
Yeah, that's fair.
Maybe it broke my immersion, or maybe it just wasn't. It probably just wasn't tuned that way. But I found it annoying because otherwise the fight just completely was uninteractive. There's a big open field with a bunch of stuff around and nothing you can do with it. All you can do is wait for this guy to charge you and block.
Mm-hmm.
I don't particularly think the stealth mechanics are very good.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I forgot there's stealth in that game.
Yeah, that's not what people like this game for.
There's stealth in the fact that you don't really want to fight more than like two things at a time.
Yeah, pretty much.
And it's just your typical sneak up behind, slash at the thing, and then it's dead and gone until it's not because he died and it's back.
Yeah.
Or you saved and it's back. The grappling feels like inconsistent.
Mm-hmm.
Like I can't get up there, but I can get up here. Like it's not free. There's no freedom. It's like you can go here.
Only here. Like, this thing that has this icon.
This is where you can grapple. Sorry, that place you need to go to, can't do it.
I know that this is counter to From Software. From's whole design, logic and stuff like that. But
very different from the normal.
Well, what to Joe's point, it is just kind of tedious from when I played it. But I think the combat is incredible. So I wish that they put this combat into something that wasn't a From game.
I really wasn't that impressed with the combat. It seemed very simple: block and counterattack, parry and counterattack. It was fun timing parries. Sure, that's cool.
Yeah.
But I guess I really haven't found many interactive fights yet. Maybe I'm just not at that point.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't have enough data with that game, so I couldn't tell you.
Yeah, I mean, Andre could probably tell you more.
Yeah, no, I know. Dre played it.
Yeah, he played it. He played it all the way through. He liked it. Yeah.
Yeah, I think he loved it actually.
Yeah.
Which we were all like, huh?
Yeah, that surprised the hell out of me.
Yeah, I was not ready for that.
Yeah, I mean, I play for a couple of hours and I'm done with it. I just don't feel like going back. Maybe I keep going back to it. It's like maybe I haven't reached a good part yet.
Yeah.
Maybe I haven't reached what makes this game special yet, but it hasn't hooked me yet. Like 4 hours in, and they kind of like 2 bosses, I think 2-3 bosses. I don't know where that.
I think the horse is the second one. The first one is the golem, I believe, the big golem.
I don't remember a big golem.
Oh well,
maybe I went somewhere else. I don't know.
Maybe
everything is so dreary too.
Well, yeah.
All From Software games
I was about to say,
that's
really, really, really sad. And
that's the aesthetic.
The rot. Is that the thing in the game? The rot?
The rot. Yeah,
something like that.
Yeah.
And I just keep accumulating this. I'm like, I don't know what this is doing. It's probably really negative, and it's honestly, I keep getting more of these things, and I'm like, they said you can't get rid of them. You can never get rid of them. I'm like, then why do I want to keep playing if you're just going to make this worse for me? Why do I want to keep playing?
Yeah.
I'm going to want to try to push forward and push forward and push forward, and I'm going to get more and more discouraged? No.
Yeah, it sounds like, I mean, you need a carrot on a stick, man.
Push me towards it.
Yeah. You need a carrot. No, they don't need to push you. You need the carrot. They need the thing for you to go get.
I got none to chase after.
I'm
not that invested in the story. I'm not that invested in the combat. I'm certainly not that invested in the world.
Joe, when was the last time you were invested in a video game story?
Crosscode.
Crosscode was probably it. I don't. Okay. There's got to be something else.
I feel like that is a downer for you in everything almost.
Final Fantasy 14.
Final Fantasy 14 story is really good.
That's true. I hear that.
Yeah, like this most recent patch for Final Fantasy 14. I haven't played, but the expansion, I should say.
It sounds like I'm going to get tricked into playing it at some point.
It's free to play to 60.
Yeah, it is. You can go
up until the first expansion.
Yeah, all through Heavensward is free right now.
Wait, all through Heavensward? I thought it was touching Heavensward.
I think it's Heavensward. Well, whatever.
Fuck.
Yeah.
No, I'm talking about how they're going to trick me with Final Fantasy.
With
something else.
Talk about that.
Well, I got this one last game that I put the most time into. It was a suggestion from you, Theo.
Oh, damn! You hated it.
What? No, I didn't. I don't know how I feel about La Mulana 2.
Ah, you got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I do know how I feel about it. It is incredibly retro. I've played retro games before, but this captures the retro essence in a way that I didn't think was possible anymore.
Good and bad? Or
good and bad.
Okay. I was going to say, it sounds like both.
Yeah. It is a very proper mix of Pitfall, Castlevania, and Goonies 2.
Okay. I don't hate any of those things.
Yeah.
I don't know. Goonies 2 is not great.
And Castlevania.
Oh, he said Goonies 2. Oh, I thought you meant 2 as in also.
No. Goonies 2, the game, which
Goonies
is not
2,
good.
Yeah. It's a proper mix of Castlevania 2, Goonies 2, Pitfall, and what was the other one I said?
Pitfall, Goonies 2.
Pitfall, Goonies 2, Castlevania 2, and...
I think you just said 3.
No, I definitely said another one.
Okay.
Damn it. Why am I blanking on this now?
All right, I have a goldfish memory too, so...
All right. Apparently that's a myth.
Couldn't have been that important.
No, it couldn't have been that important. But, yeah, all the information is conveyed in a retro way, and that it's not really conveyed well at all.
As in some villager
Very
talks
cryptic.
to you and tells you nothing.
Yeah.
Well,
or tells you something.
They tell me something,
anything.
but it doesn't tell me where to go. It's like
Right.
go see Frodo over to get your item. Like, where is he again? I don't remember. Did you want me to write this down?
Oh, you do. We don't.
Yeah, you do. Oh, okay,
Hey.
cool. They have a map, but the map doesn't tell you anything except where you are on it.
Mm-hmm.
You
So
can't
this
like leave a map marker.
so this game wants that authentic experience of somebody playing it for the first time on emulation and using GameFAQs.
So I think because
Is what I'm hearing.
you're a spelunker in that game, correct?
Yes.
And I think that's what the game is trying to convey. That you are just going into the wild and things are just cryptic and you're trying to figure out what the hell is going on.
That is exactly what it is, but it is so super retro. It's annoyingly so. Where you just get lost.
Yeah.
And the solution is so esoteric and out there. Like at one point in order to advance, I accidentally found a ladder I had to climb on that was on top of a face that you wouldn't know to look for because it didn't look like a ladder.
Mm-hmm.
But like I accidentally climbed up it. And I'm like, Jesus. Now it feels like Legacy of the Wizard.
It's a good thing, though, isn't it?
You love esoteric shit, though.
Yeah.
To a point.
But like to a point, exactly. To a point.
Like,
And this
there's
is
some things I don't miss.
Yeah.
Like
I don't miss I am error. I don't miss,
There's a lot of I am error in this.
Oh God.
There's a lot of I am error.
Mm-hmm.
You get so much stuff, it just doesn't tell you what to do, where to go, where to use it. And like I said, to a point I respect that. Absolutely to a point I respect that. But at least give me the opportunity to leave some notes in the game on the map. Let me put my own information on there. I don't want to have a booklet with information anymore. I am beyond that. I want my game to be self-contained. Yeah. I don't want to draw maps anymore because I don't have to because other people have done that for me.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not going to draw maps and I'm not going to write information. You know what I'm going to do? Do you know what I'm going to do, Theo? What am I going to do?
Keep playing it.
No. What am I going to do? if I need information at a specific point, am I going to take down the information? What am I going to do with it?
You're going to write it on a graph.
I'm going to look it up, Theo.
You're going to go to GameFAQs.
I know.
I'm going to look it up.
Like every other human.
Right?
Beating some weird esoteric game from back in the day.
That's usually not Joe, though, looking up stuff. You like bang your head against the wall and be like,
right,
figure this out.
Yes. But like
that's why I figured you would like it.
But if I don't have a breadcrumb to follow, it's tough. But okay. You're right. I do like to figure it out until I reach a breaking point.
Mm-hmm.
What was the other game I fucking related this to? Fuck, it's gonna drive me nuts. Catch Me 2, Pitfall,
Adventure,
2. Not Adventure.
Rogue,
maybe, probably not. Parts Faxanadu as well.
Oh, I love Faxanadu.
Yeah, it's this game is super retro, super retro.
Is honestly, Faxanadu is such a fucking underrated NES game.
Mm-hmm.
That game does not. That game is animated as fuck, and it's awesome.
I mean, I guess since it's the same, I think it's the same people who did Legacy of the Wizard, so it's kind of like that too.
Yeah. Okay.
Are you enjoying it at least?
I don't know.
Fascinating.
Well, you don't hate it, so that's good.
I don't hate it.
Joe, for you, I put that in the win column.
All right.
I don't hate
it. There comes a point where I'm playing for a while. I'm like, I can't do this anymore right now, and I'll need to refill the cup. Like I'll empty the cup and I'll hit a wall and I'll not know where to go, and then I'll pick it back up later. Like, let me try this area and see if I can do anything. I pick up a new item. It doesn't tell me what it does or how I use it. But then all of a sudden, one day I'll notice something new in the menu.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, oh, okay, this is how I use this. They didn't tell me I had to go to the menu. I had to discover that for myself.
See, that sounds kind of cool.
Yeah. You know what? Like I said, to a point, I appreciate it.
And this isn't run-based, correct?
No.
Okay, it's an actual
It's
progression.
it's
Okay.
it's a single story as far as I know.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I've heard very good things about it. It's actually on the Switch, and I've been meaning to look into it, but it's like $30, and I'm like,
$30, really?
I think so. I could be wrong.
Would they get that Switch tax?
I bought it for because I bought it for 25.
So it's probably 25.
Was it on sale? I forget it was on sale, but I bought it because I was
Yeah.
looking at it. You recommended it, and I needed a game like that, and it's fine. You know, I was gonna play Pillars 2, but you know what's coming out in a week?
What?
Baldur's Gate 3.
Holy shit! Is it
Yeah.
really?
Early access. It's a weird early access thing that they're trickling out.
I'm good.
Yeah.
I don't fuck with early access, man.
Especially
Sorry.
on RPGs, and they specifically said like, "Hey, your shit is not carrying over."
Nah, I'm good. I'll wait. I'll wait for the launch.
Maybe I will. Maybe I will.
I don't ever have Joe's problem of not having games, so I'm good.
Yeah. I mean, November's looking real good. November's looking really good with
not just Cyberpunk.
I mean,
not just Cyberpunk.
I was about to say it's just Cyberpunk.
No, Yakuza Like a Dragon.
Oh shit.
Yeah. You can jump right into that, Chris.
I'm super looking forward to that. Like that's a unique Yakuza game.
Yakuza might
it's a JRPG now.
Yeah.
Yakuza might finally bring me in. I told you, the first one bounced off me, man.
Dude, play Zero. Play Zero.
I probably will at some point.
And then learn how to play Mahjong so we can play together.
Okay, don't learn how to play Mahjong.
No, I'll probably just sit in the arcade and play fucking Virtua Fighter.
That's exactly what you're gonna do.
Yeah.
I know what I'm gonna do in Yakuza.
Yeah. Oh, Chris, you have 300 hours in Yakuza. You never beat it. What's going on? Just in the arcade.
Yeah, 5. It's there. Doesn't look like we're ever getting a 6.
Yeah,
doesn't look like it.
Wait,
doesn't look like it.
Oh, yeah.
Honestly, the most fun I've had playing video games is just doing KOF 13 Trials. Actually, that's not true because I did jump on the Among Us train.
Yeah, okay. I didn't know what this game was.
Nobody did until recently.
And our gaming told me because it was all Among Us.
Can you guys describe what this is? Because I have no idea what
you haven't heard of this?
I thought it was Fall Guys.
You know, it's funny. I keep seeing the title, and I keep mistaking it for The Last of Us.
No,
so I'm like, I don't know what they're.
All right, so the premise is you're on some alien world or spaceship, and you're a crew of. Your crew trying to maintain the station or the spaceship, and one or two of you is an imposter sabotaging the whole thing. And you need to figure out who. It's a mafia style game.
God, that sounds amazing.
There's a Hitler game like this.
Secret Hitler.
Oh,
Secret Hitler. Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
So all the crew members are given tasks to do, and if they complete all the tasks, then there's a victory condition, and the crew members win. But the imposter can sabotage things in such a way that they're forced to maintain the reactor, or the lights go out, or they can close a door on somebody, and they're the only people capable of killing the crew members.
Oh my God.
But if you kill somebody in a bad spot, somebody's going to suspect you. So with the advent of like Discord and shit, this game has taken off. Apparently it's like 2 years old, and people are just discovering it now.
Okay. That makes more sense because like I feel like it's just out of nowhere.
Yeah, out of nowhere,
everybody's playing all of a sudden.
Super popular.
That's an incredible premise for a video game.
I love it. I think that's fantastic.
Yeah,
that could only exist in this time.
Yes, or not exist in this time. It just get popular.
Yeah.
Much like Animal Crossing, like the stars aligned.
Yeah.
So the meat of the game, sure, you do the tasks, a bunch of mini games together, but the most fun comes when somebody discovers a dead body and they report it, and then a bunch of people start yelling at each other, accusing everyone else of who did it.
Great.
And then they vote for somebody to kick off
12 Angry Men, the video game.
Mm-hmm.
How many players?
Up to 10.
Oh my God!
It's on Steam?
10. It is. It's $5 on Steam.
It's $5.
It's on Steam and it's on Android.
It's $5 on Steam.
Is it crossplay?
$5. I think it is. Yes.
Huh.
Yeah. Oh. You need to get this. You need to get this game, or we need to play this game.
I'm looking at this.
It's in my cart already.
Yeah.
I just bought it.
It can run on a potato, so don't even worry.
Oh, I thought this would look more realistic. New ground shit.
No.
Okay.
Runs on a potato.
I just bought it.
The only problem is
done.
the servers are kind of janky because Nobody expected this to take
To
off,
blow
and now
up, yeah.
everyone is playing it. Everyone is playing it.
It's done.
So,
It's bought.
Yeah.
I'm downloading it right now.
The imposter wins when there's an equal amount of imposters as there are crew members, or if everybody dies.
So are you
like a reactor explosion or something?
Oh, okay. Are you randomly chosen to be an imposter?
You are randomly selected to be an imposter.
Gotcha.
Right?
Wow, it already finished. It was 200 megs.
Holy
Yeah.
shit.
It's not big
It's
at
done.
all.
It already finished already. It's installed. Okay, cool. Now it's installed.
Yeah. I have played several games where
I saw you playing earlier with Phantom Ryu.
Yep. I have played several games where we determined who is the imposter based on who was never around.
Okay.
We're like, okay, let's do an emergency meeting because our tasks are done. Oh, there's a dead body. Who wasn't here? This person. Done. Goodbye. We win now.
So how do you get rid of the imposter?
Well, you vote for who the imposter is on the voting screen.
Interesting.
Yeah. There's like unofficial etiquette with this. You can be in voice chat with this, and so of course you could be talking, and if you die you could like yell like, this person killed me. Of course that ruins the fun. So the unspoken rule is, when you're playing the game, you mute yourself on whatever voice chat you're using, and if you die you never unmute.
Is it in-game voice chat, or are you talking about Discord? Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Everybody respects it because they know if they
that's the fun.
They ruin the game. So like,
you can't ruin the game. Yeah.
That's okay.
That sounds phenomenal.
Yeah.
That really makes me happy. I am psyched to play this. We should play this next week.
We should absolutely play this.
I am so down.
It's such a good shared activity. It's very simple, very easy to get together.
Yeah.
Very simple and easy to play. But the imposter is like really hard, like to fool experienced players.
Yeah, I bet. That sounds wonderful.
I've come across some very good liars.
I'm a piece of shit, so I will be amazing at this.
I've lied my way to success myself a few times.
Interesting.
Oh my god!
You can't just like get in there yelling and accusing a bunch of people, because if you do, then suddenly you're a suspect.
Yep, I'm gonna say you can't
happened before.
cast suspicion like that, man.
Okay.
Like Andre managed to win a game because I'm like, I know it's him.
It's fun. The longer you know somebody, I think the worse off they are.
Yeah.
It's like, I know your tells, bro. Oh, this actually. Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah. I could not recommend this game.
I just bought it. I immediately bought it.
The only problem is you need people, and
yeah.
But getting people together for this shouldn't be too hard.
No, especially if it doesn't last a long time.
Right. Well, the hours will pass and you'll blink and miss it.
That's cool.
Man,
Trust
that
me.
sounds good to me.
Yeah.
I also just purchased it.
There you go.
Nice.
Cool. That makes all of us, because Andre was playing with me last night.
Awesome. Yeah, I just bought it. You said it was $5. I'm like, I'm gonna buy that right now.
They're already working on a sequel because of how popular this is.
Of course they are.
Yeah.
They probably weren't at first, but they are now.
I mean, it's like, what did this game come out in, like 2018, I think?
Mm-hmm.
And all of a sudden it took off, like, okay, we need to get to work. We need new things,
Good.
new video game, make it better.
What? Good.
Make better servers, too.
Good for them, and awesome.
Yeah.
I love when games like this are successful.
Me too.
I really want to know where this came from. And I want to know if Fall Guys was responsible for it.
I have a feeling Fall Guys was responsible because the characters look vaguely like the Fall Guys characters.
Yeah.
And I 100% would buy that. That's
not the same
what
team,
happened.
Correct?
No, absolutely not. It's completely different looking games. Completely.
I don't know.
But one is bright and colorful. The other is like coloring book sci-fi, I guess.
Funny.
Yeah. Well, that's me.
Okay.
I had fun playing exactly one game.
What you playing, Theo?
Well, that's not true. I had fun playing La Mulata, and then I didn't.
Yeah, and then you did, and then you didn't.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I like it. Maybe.
As for me, I'm just gonna keep it real short. A few weeks ago, I went on a little road trip, and I picked up a game called A Short Hike.
Okay.
I don't know if any of you heard it.
No. Is that like Firewatch?
So you went on a hike on your road trip?
I went on a road trip and then picked up a game called A Short Hike, which is a game about a road trip.
God damn it, Theo.
And then
So-
do you buy a hiking game in that road trip game?
just infinite.
See, let's see how many
Basically,
levels of Inception we can get to.
so basically, you start the game off as this character named Claire, which she is a bird, and your aunt takes you to a hiking spot where you just have free reign to do anything you want. So she's like, hey, just try to climb the highest peak in the thing called Hawk's Peak. And at the time of the starting the game, you don't have enough, agility or the wingspan to get up there. So you meet other characters throughout the island, and you talk to them, and you just get like different information and stuff like that. What the game is basically Animal Crossing and Breath of the Wild put together. So you talk to all these animals, and they tell you, hey, you can get this golden feather to get further up, and you do like different tasks for these characters. And it is an incredibly short game. It's like maybe 3 hours long, a short hike. And it is
Aptly named.
Yeah, I say like it's in the name, right?
It is one of the most charming games I've ever played before. Like I beat it in 2 sit-ins, and by the end of it, I was like, this is just an incredible little thing.
I love it when that's my favorite kind of like gaming experience nowadays.
It's fun.
Like,
honestly,
there's this little bit-sized thing, and I love it so much.
It feels very Nintendo. It looks like a DS game, actually, like an early gen DS game. Like it has that like kind of weird polygons, and it's just charming. The music is great. The characters are really funny. It's like $8 or something like that, maybe even cheaper. 100% recommended.
Where is this? Is it on the Switch?
On the Switch, yeah. It's on the PC as well.
Okay.
I think it's funny. I actually owned this game twice before I got on the Switch.
Of course you did.
Yeah.
On the DS?
No. It's a computer game for a long time. It's the first time on the Switch. I owned it on the Epic Game Store. They gave it away for free. And I had bought an itch.io bundle one time that just had it in it. So I was looking it up, and I was like, oh, I own this game already.
Some randomly neat stuff on itch.io.
Yeah. They had a bundle a few months ago where you get like 1,000 games for $5. And
I lied. I am playing something new, and I'll get to it in a minute.
Okay.
Sorry. It will be fast, don't worry.
Yeah.
I totally forgot. I was like, oh yeah, that fucking other thing I was playing all week.
I'm still having trouble figuring out what the other game I described Lebanon 2 was. I had it, and then it just
God damn.
farted out of my head.
The second game that I was...
Sorry, Theo. That's just
it's fine.
hit me now. I'm like, fuck.
The second game I was like just addicted to is a game called Paradise Killer.
Okay. I've seen you playing that on the Switch. I've seen you play.
Do you kill Paradise, or are you a killer in Paradise?
So it's funny you asked that question. You kill Paradise. So what the game is, it's an open world mystery detective game in the vein of...
I'm fine with that. That's cool. That's what I was hoping.
You're playing the Dre.
Yeah.
And so I knew this. I didn't know this game existed at all. Like I was working on a project one time, and I usually have Twitter at the side of me. So I saw GameSpot gave this game like a 9.0, and I was like, oh, that's interesting. What is this game about? I Googled it, and I watched a trailer, and the trailer instantly sold me. Mm-hmm. So this game has a vaporwave aesthetic.
I mean, there's only one aesthetic with vaporwave, and that's aesthetics.
Yeah, that's it. Pyramids, big
all capital letters spaced out.
Yeah,
hot neon pink.
I love that.
Blue. Yeah, or Macintosh, laptops, pyramids.
Abstract art.
Yeah, and that is what this game is. So I'm listening to the soundtrack, and I'm like, yo, this soundtrack is really good. It sounds like a city pop. And if you don't know city pop, it's basically like 80s J-pop.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
And that is my shit.
I'm a fan of that shit, too.
As you can see, I love 80s Japanese pop. So
me too.
I was like, oh, you know what? Let me look into this game a little bit before I buy it. I watched the composer, composing the music and talking about it. And he was like, yeah, he just took like city pop, old Japanese pop music and put it into this game, and it was trying to like make a soundtrack. I was like, yeah, this is... You guys ever play a game that if you could make games, that would be the game you would make?
Yes.
Yeah, this was that game.
Yes, I have.
That's magic right there.
Yeah. So I was like, wait, this has a vaporwave aesthetic, pop soundtrack, and it is basically Phoenix Wright, but an open world game. Okay. So the game starts off where
Sounds nice, actually.
The game starts off where you're an investigator and you have been exiled for a crime that you don't know why, and they call you back because they're like, yo, there's been a mass murder of the High Council and you have to figure out who killed them. So you get back onto this island. They call it Island Paradise 24. When you do some investigative, you've realized that this is the 24th island that has existed. Whenever something happens, they reset the island and they're trying to get to the perfect paradise. So the person that throughout the investigation, you realize that this person that killed the High Council, it's a whole bunch of weird stuff. And it is one of the most fascinating and interesting stories I've ever played in a video game.
That sounds really fucking cool.
Incredible. You go around talking to, like they set you on this island and they're like, you talk to the judge that presides over the whole island. He's like, hey, get clues and then come right back to me. It has a very Breath of the Wild thing where you could go back to him at any point in the game. You could actually, from the beginning of the game, you could go back and be like, yeah, I think I know who did it. And if you have enough clues and you could talk your way through the mystery, you can execute the criminal.
Must be real fun to speedrun then.
Yeah, right? So, but I know I couldn't do that. So you go around talking to different characters and you gain different information, and you talk to one character and they try to sell you on how another character might be betraying the council. And it's just an incredible web of lies that just goes deeper and deeper down. And undoubtedly, this is my game of the year.
Wow. Okay.
Did it release this year?
Yeah, release this year. I knew nothing about it. I went into it and I was like, this feels like a paradigm shift for what investigative detective games are, because as much as I love those games, they're very linear. Like you play Phoenix Wright game and you're going down a checklist. You're going
through the story.
You're just going through the story.
Man, that's good, because like investigative murder mysteries should not be linear.
Yes,
it shouldn't be, because you're at that point you're just the audience and you're just like, okay, well, I'm just picking this.
Yeah, I mean it's something Disco Elysium did right. Where one thing leads to another thing here, but like it didn't really like enhance like make you feel like a detective. It just felt like you are just choosing a chapter in a book.
Yeah.
So I like what I'm hearing out of this. I think I might look into it.
The tagline of the game is truth. Your truth is the fact. So you could pretty much, as long as you have enough evidence against a person, you could say they did the crime. And honestly, by the end of the game, I'm pretty sure I convicted the right people, but I'm not 100% sure.
You'll never know? They will never tell you?
You kind of know, because like there's evidence.
It's never confirmed in the game, is it?
It's never, like,
it is confirmed.
It is confirmed in the sense that they will pay for the crime, but everybody has so much shit that they have because also these characters are immortal. So
it's like real life, right?
Yeah,
they have been living where the evidence piles up, and something's based on the evidence. Yeah,
and then you're like, well,
and some mystery judge deity or some judicial deity never comes down and says, "Yeah, you were right."
No, he's just like, yeah, that evidence works. Like, that person is guilty, and they're like, "What? I didn't do this as that person." And you're like, yeah, well, the evidence is stacked up against you, bro. Sorry.
Get wrecked.
It is an incredible game. The soundtrack is fantastic. It looks incredible. I was just in awe as playing this thing. Nice. Paradise Killer. You guys should look into it if you.
Yeah, I might. That sounds fucking potentially really cool.
This sounds like what I wanted Disco Elysium to be.
Yeah,
this sounds exactly what I like. Right down to the aesthetic.
There's also a double jump and air dash. I won't get into that. I won't get into why that's there. Ooh. Like I said, hey, if I could make a video game, this would have been it.
Okay.
in absolutely incredible. Last but not least, I played the game of trying to get 3080.
Oh, that's a game that everybody lost.
Everybody lost that, apparently.
That's a losing game right there.
I'm sorry.
No one wins.
Yeah, we all played
the War of Man.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess we could go into news.
Sure,
Talk
why
about
not?
that bullshit.
Wait, real quick.
Oh, I'm sorry, Chris.
It's okay.
Oh yeah, the
I can't
game
believe I
you're
forgot. I can't believe I forgot. I played this. I was playing it all fucking week.
Mm.
I bought Tony Hawk 1+2.
Oh yeah.
And like, honestly, it's wonderful. It's exactly.
I've heard nothing but amazing things about it.
Yeah, believe every one of them.
Yeah.
It is like playing in a fucking. I feel like it is 20 years ago.
Mhm.
Like I feel very old playing this game, but at the same time,
well, Tony Hawk is actually old in that game.
he's ancient. Like watching and I've been like, dude, like Googling like skateboarding fucking videos and shit. Like Rodney Mullen.
Oh shit, you're back in it.
I'm in again. It's unreal. I'm sad Dre's not here because that's probably why I didn't think about it because I was like so prepared to talk to Dre about this.
Yeah,
because Dre and I like that's like one of our big things is we used to watch the X Games every year together.
Yeah.
Like it was like that.
They don't have that anymore, right?
Yeah, they do. It's still around.
Do they? Okay.
Yeah, it's just not as in public consciousness anymore. It's not. It used to be on like ESPN 1. Now it would be like on the Yacht Show.
Yeah. Do we have the return of Blade Kazama?
He is built right now. Ty River was made first. Sonny Black was made second, and Blade Kazama is being made as was. I'm gonna start getting stats.
As soon as you find the bite your ear off face.
I couldn't find the bite your ear off face, but I found a Japanese face. So
Okay.
so I got something better. But yeah, it is every character.
How does it feel? Like
Perfect. Like
Okay.
it feels control wise, it feels about as responsive as Tony Hawk 4 did, which is good because it has all the things from Tony Hawk 4 in it. It has all the flatlands tricks. It has all reverts, spine transfers, all the quality of life stuff that got added to the game. Mm-hmm. You can turn them off. You can go THPS 1 style and THPS 2 style if
That's
you like.
really cool.
You can
really
adjust
cool.
the soundtracks to be whatever you want. The new music is also really, really good. Joe, all your hits are there. Don't worry. Literally all of them.
Fine.
Like it is perfect.
Once it gets off of Epic, I look forward to playing it. I'm
just having so much fun. And the reason I bought it, I wasn't going to buy it initially because I'm like, oh, wait till it's on sale.
You weren't gonna buy it
at first. I was going to wait till it was on sale, but then I saw it was only $40.
$40, yeah.
I was like, oh shit, I didn't know this was 40.
Yeah.
And I gotta say, going back, because I didn't play much Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1. The ones that I cracked out on were 2, 3, and Underground. Those were like the ones I played a lot when I was younger. And I mean, I played like I played American Wasteland, which wasn't great, and Thug 2, Underground 2, which also was fine. It wasn't as good as 1, but
the series definitely peaked around 1, 2, 3, and 4.
2
and 3 in particular.
2 and 3 in particular were fantastic, and I actually think Tony Hawk's Underground is the best one in the series. Like if I'm putting together a best of PlayStation list, Tony Hawk's 2 is on my top 10, no question.
Yeah, because like that was when it was at its most popular.
Yes, absolutely. Because I adored that fucking game.
Yeah,
and it just felt really good to play this game again, man. Like it really transports you back. I'm still doing pretty well. I got like a nice 1,000,000-point trick already, so I was like, okay, I'm doing like got my shit back a little bit. Like I'm starting to get the hang of this again.
Yeah, get those.
Nollie flip under flip, you can still do on an ollie when your stats are maxed out, so that's one of my specials. Yeah, I was thinking all the shit because I know Joe's gonna get this too.
Oh, it's busted. Yep,
it's super busted. That and the Ghetto Bird. The Ghetto Bird's also still busted. Most of like the clothing options are pretty great, although it doesn't want you can put hats backwards. So Blake Kazama's wearing his hat forward like a weirdo.
Sure. Whatever.
I'm like, all right, that's fine. Whatever works.
In the last 20 years, he's seen a dentist. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. It's okay. He looks normal now. It's what it is. It was inevitable.
Sure.
So yeah, it is. I have to say, playing the stages between 1 and 2, 1's stages are just not as well designed as 2. Like you can see the design choices made in 2, and those levels are so much better. Like they're so much more well designed. But even with all the new mechanics, like the new mechanics make the old stages playable. But if you didn't have the new mechanics, I think the old stages aren't as great personally.
Okay.
Might be nostalgia bias speaking here because like I said, I was very big on the second one, not the first one.
Well,
but
we got a lot to get into.
Yes,
so
I just wanted to touch on that real quick.
Yeah.
So I just want to touch on that real quick.
We have a long way to go here.
For $40, it's absolutely worth it. I could not recommend it more.
Yeah. I will buy it when it's not on Epic.
Yeah, I know, Joe. Don't worry. I understand.
One day they'll break me, but it's not going to be for Tony Hawk.
Yeah, I get it.
All right.
We'll
hit it up after the break.
Yeah, let's do it.
Nvidia, huh?
Well,
they really
they certainly look good on paper.
Maybe. Oh, you mean the paper launch they had?
No, I mean they said they look good on paper with their charts and stuff.
Yeah, maybe too good. Maybe so good that it got everybody a little too excited for it.
Possibly.
So
almost intentionally.
We could get into that in a little bit. So this Saturday, Nvidia released a 3080.
Was it Saturday? It wasn't Saturday. It was Thursday, wasn't it?
Is it Thursday?
Thursday.
No.
You said Saturday.
It was Thursday. Thursday.
Sorry. Yeah.
It was Thursday.
I was only out 1 or 2 days, so
I understand.
I was like, okay, it must have been.
Blend in together. I
don't know what days are anymore, man. Sorry.
That's a big mood, bro. I get it.
Yeah. So this Thursday they released their card at our time 9:00. 9
a.m. EST.
Yes. 9:00. 1 second later, everything was sold out.
I was watching this happen live. Not like following a page where it was being sold, but I was monitoring hype threads. People were getting excited for buying it, and then the next thing I saw is like it went straight from notified me to sold out.
Yep. I'm also monitoring threads and Twitter and stuff like that because I actually want to buy this card. I was like, you know what? Let me see if I could. I knew it was gonna be hard to get, but I figured let me give a shot for this.
Yeah, it's worth trying.
Got it in my cart on Newegg, and sold out instantly.
Yeah.
Like,
if
it's in your cart and you can't buy it, what good is the cart?
I was gonna say, it doesn't have cart protection.
Nope, apparently not.
Good is the cart?
I don't think it could bypass the bots. So anyway,
that's insanity, dude. That's bullshit. No, I gotta call bullshit on Newegg's part because that's really shitty. Like so this is funny, man. That is really funny. I have this Goku here, right? Mm-hmm. I went through the nightmare of trying to order this motherfucker. Okay. Because he would have been the convention tour exclusive figure.
For this year.
And I had to get him from Premium Bandai directly.
Yes.
And I sat on Discord with my buddy Nick because we were trying to get our fucking toys, right? And it was a nightmare. The site was crashing nonstop. We would have shit in the cart, and once you get shit in the cart, you're usually safe, and that was the key. The whole thing is trying to get through, right? And this is very normal, unfortunately, for toy releases, but the important thing is you had that shit in your cart and it's guaranteed. As long as your cookies are telling you it's in your cart, you're good.
Yep.
So I can't believe that, like, that's really shitty that a giant site like Newegg doesn't have a feature like that.
I actually took a screenshot to try to talk to the Newegg customer service, be like, hey, I had this in my cart, and
that's bullshit, man.
But then I saw the reports of nobody getting this card. I was like, yeah, this is gonna go nowhere.
And Premium Bandai sucks, and they guaranteed that.
Yeah, like Theo and I were monitoring site after site, looking for any positive result from any human being who tried to buy one, and everybody said the same thing. Went from notify me to sold out.
Yep.
In 1 second.
That's insane, dude.
Yeah, I think the actual time is like these things sold out in like 15 seconds.
Yeah.
There were like some fringe AIBs that were like not sold like on Newegg or on other sites, but the Founders Edition gone in 15 seconds.
Seconds.
That's psychotic.
No one could have competed with the slew of bots that were bypassing we're trying everything we can to stop the bots, except, basic captcha, which I need to put in to watch a cat video sometimes.
Yep.
Hey, man,
but to buy this expensive product.
But you give money to somebody for no.
I'm getting to the point where I'm really tired of having to perform for the opportunity to spend my money.
This is actually happening with the toy industry right now too.
Yeah, I mean,
it's been like there's a different level of frustration with it, in which like toy companies who have their own stores are giving things to retailers with really bad websites, like Walmart.
Fun. And
Walmart has a limit of 12 items per customer, so you can get 12 of the exclusive thing with reckless abandon. Despite the fact that Hasbro has their own site. That NECA has their own site.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing about that. These things were limited to one per customer.
That's even worse.
And the bots still found a way around it.
Of course they did.
Well, I know. Trust me. Like I this is not my first time fighting bots for things. Like, like this is not a. It almost makes you wonder if. And we'll get to it later. Huh?
If you should just use one?
No.
Just use one to buy one for yourself. Then it's
no. It makes me wonder if there's a problem with release dates like this. Like, hey, it's set at this time means you give everybody all the prep time in the world, or maybe the Ninja release is the way to do it now.
Everything dropping like the Sega Saturn.
So
it might be the way to do it now.
The
except you don't have to buy it right this second, and it's in your house. It's more like.
I know we talk shit about Apple, but Apple actually handles their releases very well.
Oh, I believe
because they have these new phones and new products come out, and you pre-order it, and you are, even though if you might not get it day one, you are in that queue now. So the next time they ship it out, you will get it.
Yeah,
I'm sure that's the same way, but like, who knows when these things are? Who knows when these things are going to be back in stock again
next year.
I don't think they made enough because I certainly don't think they expected demand to be this high. But
not only that, we're in the midst of a pandemic.
Yeah, it's never enough. The servers are never enough for the games.
But you can also kind of refute that because they put out this press conference that was like, here's this card. The lowest one of this series outperforms the top performer from our previous series.
Yep, I know. That is $1,200.
And you're all not
card. And your card is $500.
And y'all not ready for this?
Look, I'm not making excuses for them. So that's one thing. I don't make excuses for anybody on that end. Why is it so difficult for me to give you my money? It's one of the most frustrating things I go through when it comes to this shit.
To the point where
all I want to do is give you my money.
To the point where I just don't care anymore. Like I was telling Joe earlier, I was very upset for like a good hour and a half. Like when this thing happened, I was like, this is the first time I've been waiting for this card. I've been waiting for a card.
Yeah, it's. You know what? There are a lot of bad people, but it is just a video card. But there's a lot of justifiably mad people.
Look, all we want to do is give you our money.
That's it.
That's all we want to do. I don't want to give to some scalper.
Let the common people have day one.
Yeah.
I don't want to give to some scalper on eBay.
The problem are the people the problem is not really the bots so much. The problem is the people who are willing to pay those prices.
Yeah.
I agree.
They are listing this on eBay higher than the 3090.
Yep. Which is insane.
Because I know the 3090 is going to go for even more.
Yeah. I hope everybody just burned themselves out by the time the 3070 comes. So I'm thinking
after this, the 3070 launch will be a bit better, but I have no promises.
I don't think so.
Who knows?
$500 card that outperforms the previous top performer.
Another one, right? Let's see how well this one goes.
It's gonna be worse.
Isn't that releasing like the day after the 90?
No, it's they don't have a date yet. It's in October.
Oh, okay. All right.
I don't know the exact time yet, but
okay, that's fine.
It's gonna be bad.
Very bad.
It's not gonna be good.
Because that's actually the card I want. But I was like, you know, if I could throw my hat in the ring and see if I could get a 3080, I will try to get it.
After seeing some of the specs of the 3080, like the non-Founders Edition one, I think I want a specific 3070.
Same.
Yeah, but I'm not even remotely ready to make a new build yet, so that can wait.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that can wait. I don't think I'm going to want for a video card if I can hold off for another year. Not another year, but another few months at least.
I'm kind of the same way because I really don't go past 1080. Like once in a blue moon, I go to 1440.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, like I'm pretty much pushing everything 60 frames. So
yeah, I'm not really pushing a lot. The only thing it's like hanging me up right now is like I just took a look at the recommended specs for Cyberpunk 2077, and I meet them.
You good?
I don't exceed them at all.
Yeah,
that's fine.
I meet them. I just barely edge out the recommended video card.
But Joe,
But Joe, as a PC,
was that?
What video card do you have?
1070.
Okay. But Joe, as a PC gamer, do you ever want to meet anything?
No. And I took one look at that recommended list, and I'm like, oh, I'm still okay, but like, Oh God,
I'm just okay.
I'm okay.
That's how you know it's time for a new build.
That's
how you know.
Cause the next big one, I won't be okay.
No.
Oh no.
Nope.
Yeah. So I'm getting ready.
Yeah.
I'm getting ready, but I'm not quite there yet because there's a lot of things I need to. There's a lot of parts I need to get. I'm thinking I want to try to get a piecemeal. I definitely want an AMD processor, probably from the 3000 series, not from the new 4000 line. I don't think I can go completely ham. 3070, 32 gigs RAM. I'm not sure what kind of power supply I want. I really need to see more power supply numbers for these video cards.
They're saying if you have anything more than like 650, you're fine.
That's fine then. Okay.
You're fine.
All right. So I'm still good. I don't need to get as long as I don't need a 12 pin for the video card. And I don't think I'm going to get a Founders Edition 3070.
I think just the Founders Edition has the 12 pin.
Yes. Just the Founders Edition has the 12 pin. Everyone else is like 2 8s.
Yep. 12 pin. I mean, it comes in a box, to be fair.
Sure, but whatever.
Tim also attempted to get
of course he did.
3080.
Of course he did.
Well, I mean, now he's just going to try for the 3090 because he's a psycho.
No, tell him not to.
Yeah.
Tell him not to, because that shit is not made for game. That shit is not.
Listen to me.
No, that shit is not made for gaming. It has the benchmarks leaked. They are at most 15% better than a 3080. It is not worth. It is not worth it. Tell him.
He more than likely knows.
Yeah,
he already knows that, Joe. I don't have to tell him. And you know what? You want to know something? It's not going to matter.
Yeah, I get it.
He's that guy.
Yep.
With that
I get it.
Whatever. He buys a new video card. Do you know what that means for you, Chris?
I'm getting his 1080. Yeah. I know. I know what's happening. I'm hoping he gets one.
He has a 1080 now?
Yeah.
Or 2080?
I don't know. Might be a 2080.
Seems like he would have a 2080.
No, he didn't go. He didn't buy one last year. He actually, I think he showed some restraint.
Right.
He didn't buy one last year.
All right.
So who knows what's going to happen in the next month? It'll be very interesting to follow these cards.
He was too happy for the reveals of the cards. So I think
everybody was thrilled. That's why this whole thing happened.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because everybody was like panic selling the 2080s.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we got to get the new hotness.
Yeah. And then can you imagine selling your 2080 and then you couldn't get one of these? I don't think anybody would do that. You would get the card first and then sell your old card.
Well, no,
in
because
theory.
Once you have the card, the old ones are even worth even less. You want to sell it before the new ones come out.
Yeah.
There were people who did it. So rip to them.
R.I.P. Western Power Supply. Yes. Speaking of new things being announced and coming out, that was a bad segue. I'm sorry.
It works.
You tried.
It's all right.
We got prices for these new consoles.
Finally,
huh?
The game of chicken is over.
Right?
Yeah.
Only for them to say we're the same.
So
it's fine. It's all fine. It's what you thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
A few weeks ago, the Xbox Series S leaked. Yeah. I think it was codenamed Lockhart before, if I'm not mistaken. So it leaked, and Microsoft, they're like, you know what? Fuck it. Yeah. The next day they were like, yeah, it's $300. It pretty much has the same guts as the Series X. The only thing is you can't do true 4K, which I believe is 2160.
And half the hard drive space, too.
And half the hard drive space is so. Instead of a terabyte, it is 500 gigs.
Yeah, it's like
that's not a lot. Considering
it's not. It's really bad, actually.
Considering like the newest Call of Duty is like how much? Like 200?
I hope that space is upgradable.
I'm sure it's upgradable, but while that space is not great, I think the price of that to enter next gen for $300 is fantastic.
Incredible. No, I think it's brilliant, honestly. Although I'm looking at the specs and it's like
the specs are the same.
Yeah. No,
well, other than the output.
Yeah, the output's not. But like at the same time, it's like, you know what? Like for $300 for next gen, that's incredible.
Yeah.
Like I'm not even gonna pretend.
Coupled with Game Pass.
That's what you paid for a Super Nintendo when it was new.
Yeah.
That's how much a Switch costs.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
That's crazy.
And
that's real crazy.
Because they announced that, they were like, we can't announce this thing and we don't have the price for the Series X, and it was $500.
Cheaper than I was expecting.
I mean, that was about as much as I was expecting.
Same. I honestly expected the higher end to be 6.
So
I was surprised to see 5, and not entirely shocked because of the state of the world.
Yeah.
I think like Theo mentioned on the break, like any other year these would have been $600 consoles.
I think we spoke about it ad nauseum on this podcast, but I think Microsoft is not really in the race of selling consoles. They're selling services now, and any way to get you into this ecosystem, they're doing it.
Yeah, if you are a budget person and you want to taste next gen gaming, like $300 is an incrable price point.
I'm not gonna lie to you.
That's the way to do it in the future. Other than if you don't want to do cloud gaming, you better fucking not.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I was even thinking about selling my my Xbox One X just to like supplement the cost.
Man, Sony's gonna win the console war based on the naming convention alone.
I hate whoever named should be shot. Like seriously.
Yeah.
And like it's
not
funny.
Great.
Like, it's so bad. And I don't even understand how you managed to outdo Nintendo with the DS names, because those are horrible.
Oh,
they're bad.
Well, they're also out of out of production now. No more
3DSs.
No more 3DSs. They're
I gotta buy double up for each one. So I gotta just have it in stock.
God damn it, Theo.
They're done.
Yep.
Yeah,
but yeah, these names are bad. What's not bad
horrible.
Though? What's not bad is they announced a release date as well. They were like, you know what, fuck it, everything's out now.
Yeah.
Finally, like, go ahead. What do you got to lose?
November 10th, which is roughly around the same time I was thinking.
Mm-hmm.
Like either the second week or the third week of November.
Right.
Yeah.
Right
before
Christmas starts on October 31st.
November 1st. God damn it.
Yeah.
So, it doesn't even make it that far anymore.
I know.
Yeah.
There's already Christmas decorations up. What are you talking about?
Of course there is.
The moment like it dropped below 50 degrees the other night, they were like, Christmas decorations.
Nobody's trick-or-treating this year. Like, this just go right to Christmas.
That's right.
Nobody cares about Thanksgiving.
This might be the one year I think it's acceptable.
Yeah. So,
not that I hate Christmas. I love Christmas, but like I like my other holidays too.
Yeah. So, following that, Sony had their own little show. Their own Sony Direct. I really don't know what these things are called.
You got it right the first time. State of play?
I don't think this was a state of play, but you know what? That's what the issue is. They don't have no naming convention for this.
Nintendo they nailed it so hard.
Yeah.
How did Nintendo just get that part right? it's a Direct.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So before this, there was a lot of rumblings that Final Fantasy 16 was going to be there, and before this show, we were in the chat talking about like, there's no
shit. I said that shit. I'm like,
at best, there'll be a teaser.
Yes, at most,
a logo. We were like, we'll get a logo.
Some esoteric trailer about something, and we're not going to know what they're talking about.
Crystals and eidolons and stuff,
dude.
Yeah,
full trailer.
Roman
numeral. So this thing starts, and you just see this Final Fantasy ass character, and I was like, "That's a Final Fantasy character.
That's a Final Fantasy
motherfucking character.
It looks like FF14."
And
they're trying to trick me. I don't like it. They're trying to trick me. I can feel it. I don't like it.
You see Chocobos running, and you're like, "Oh shit!
Oh shit! This
no doubt anymore." I'm like, okay.
Well,
is this
honestly?
I'm like, is this a spinoff?
That's what I was like.
Is this Type Zero or some shit?
It looked off.
I'm thinking, this may be Final Fantasy 14, but there's not enough glowing particles and cat girls around. So it was very grounded fantasy.
Yeah, which we haven't seen that in a very long time. Like Eastern actual fantasy.
Yeah.
The last Final Fantasy that had that 9.
Yeah.
Yeah, 9.
Yeah, 9.
9. And before that,
5.
5 had sci-fi elements.
5 has science fiction. 4 technically does too, but
you go to the moon, man.
Man. but it's rooted in medieval-esque shit.
Yeah.
The airships have always technically made Final Fantasy steampunky. In that regard, but like it's never leaned into that.
6 was straight up steampunk.
6 is steampunk. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like
straight up steampunk.
Pre-6, it never leaned into the aesthetic of steampunk.
Yeah. So by the end of this trailer, you see that it's Final Fantasy 16, and I was sold off of that.
I couldn't believe it.
Like I saw this.
Couldn't believe it.
I saw that. I'm like, I know who the director is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You even have things like icons and people turning into summons. You're like, oh,
I hope it's the writer who's writing all the good scenarios of FF14.
I think it is.
Oh my god, that's really exciting.
Yeah, it's the guy who literally turned the game around.
Yeah.
Yoshi P is directing this one, and I'm pretty sure he got soaked into the music.
He's like,
there was a lady who does the scenario writing who like writes apparently like some of the best parts of the story too.
Mm-hmm.
I'm hoping she's working on this.
There's it's heavily rumored that the combat director from Devil May Cry is left Capcom to come over.
Yeah, they poached. They poached him. Yes, I know that.
Yeah.
I was going to mention that.
Yeah,
that was the next thing I was going to say.
This is I don't know how
a lot of good things.
It's a lot of good things. I still don't know how I feel about Final Fantasy going full action, but it's something you have to do.
Dude, you just played FF7.
Yeah, FF7 is not full action though.
That's an action.
I mean, they gotta keep RPG. They gotta keep the RPG in Final Fantasy somehow. They gotta do it.
Yeah,
they gotta do it. But I was excited for the asterisk at the end.
Yeah, boy.
Which they have since, by the way, refuted.
Scrubbed. Yeah, scrubbed off the.
No, you know what this is. This was like, we didn't actually mean to say this.
Shit. The people that actually was thinking about going PC this gen might actually go, let's take that shit off.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah. So, Final Fantasy 16. God,
that
was. We're all huge Final Fantasy fans here.
Yeah.
And that was very exciting. There was few things like announcement of a new Final Fantasy in gaming, and it was very exciting.
I can't believe that we heard the rumblings like days before.
Yeah.
That's what I'm so astonished about because Square is thirsty to let you know when new FF is coming most of the time.
Mm-hmm.
And they kept this shit super under wraps.
Well, that's the Sony money right there. Is what that is. That's Sony throwing the money saying, we need you to announce this with our shit because you're with us now.
If you guys remember, they did the same thing with 14.
That's true.
14 was first unveiled on the Sony stage.
It was.
Yeah. So
now I remember. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was. I
was like, wait, Final Fantasy 14? I was like, oh, online. Okay, cool. That's cool. I mean, it's one of the best Final Fantasies in a long time.
It is. It really is. Since 12, in your opinion.
Yes.
Well,
12 is such a great game.
Yeah. I like 13 a lot.
Okay.
Yeah. They follow up with some footage from Spider-Man. Go ahead, Chris. Go ahead.
Look, they had me from the beginning.
I mean, yeah.
And I gotta say, for a stream, that shit looked incredible.
It looked good.
Like, for a 30 frame per second stream that they were running.
Yeah, it looked very good.
Holy shit. That game looks absolutely stunning.
Yeah.
I mean, I was sold on that. I was like, fuck. They opened up the last conference with that game.
Yep.
And I was like, oh, God damn it. And they got me
Yeah.
immediately intrigued. And yeah, it just... it looks perfect. It looks like you want it to be. It looks smoother and just like a bit more cinematic, but not in an egregious way. You know,
in a cinematic way that makes Spider-Man look better because it's in motion.
Exactly, because it's hard to because Spider-Man moves as fast as he does. You have to have those slowdown moments to emphasize when he's doing something really fucking cool.
Is it possible to make Spider-Man look bad?
No, because Spider-Man is fucking awesome, and just every
default
because of Spider-Man's aesthetics.
I think if you give the developers one more day, you can make Spider-Man look bad.
Oh, that was pretty good, Joe. That was pretty good. As far from a pure aesthetic choice, it's hard to make Spider-Man look bad, and I really like the incorporation of Miles' Venom sting.
There's no way you could have that game without that.
Of course, I'm happy.
Not Venom the symbiote, the Venom sting.
It's shocking.
His Venom strike, his electric powers they've given him, which are awesome.
And his invisibility,
his fucking stealth.
Really cool.
Oh, it's so good.
Very cool.
I'm so excited for this. I'm so fucking excited.
Yeah,
I hate how excited I am. This year, and then actually launch.
Is it launch? I thought it was just holiday.
They were like, it's gonna be launch.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah, they didn't officially say it. Like, if it is gonna be a delay, it's gonna be a very last minute delay. But they were pretty much like, yeah, we want this out with the console.
If you get the deluxe edition, it comes with the first Spider-Man game with all the DLC for the PS5.
That's pretty good.
That's
It's
cool.
very
have
good.
that already.
I'll probably end up getting that.
Yeah, it's
Just to have it.
very good.
Just to have it.
After that, they announced a Harry Potter Legacy game,
I know some people who would be very excited about this.
Hogwarts
Absolutely.
Legacy.
Yeah,
absolutely.
They've already confirmed that J.K. Rowling is in no way involved in this.
That was a good move.
Probably a good thing. Not even getting royalties, if I'm not mistaken.
She wrote the book. She created the universe, but she's been really terrible about expanded content.
Yeah,
and kind of as a person.
Yeah,
a little bit.
It's so great.
I'm not one to judge on that because I haven't been following it. So
yeah,
but like this, I know some people were very excited about this game.
Yes, this is a Harry Potter game. Should have happened a decade ago, actually.
Yeah, we've never gotten a proper one. We've gotten some bad ones.
Oh, lots of bad ones.
Yeah.
My personal favorite bad one was the Quidditch World Cup. There's nothing better than like the Spanish Quidditch team scoring and then going, sí, señor. And it's so bad.
As somebody who watched all the Harry Potter movies for the first time last year, I am marginally excited for this.
It's really cool. I mean, it's a super cool concept.
Yeah.
You know, like the bad press Rowling's getting aside, it's a shame it's happening alongside with that. But like, as a Harry Potter fan, this is like, you couldn't have asked for a cooler like game.
Yeah.
And it's set for far enough in the past that it's away from all the nonsense. So it opens it up for any story they want to tell.
New nonsense.
Kind of cool.
Right.
Yeah. That is cool.
Set in the 1800s, where
pre-Voldemort.
It's kind of meshes with the Hogwarts aesthetic that is set in the modern day.
Exactly. Right.
That's good. It's good choice.
Magic is
it's magic.
timeless.
Right.
Exactly.
After that,
that's kind of the theme of the movie, isn't it? The magic is timeless.
Yeah. After that, Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War.
Very impressive gameplay trailer.
Yeah, a Fast and the Furious movie.
Yeah, just straight up, just a runway. In Fast
hey, why
Furious.
not? You know, that's a good set piece to steal.
Yeah.
So
It's really good.
why not? And it looks cool. I was like, man, that looks fun.
Yeah, the longest runway in the world.
That's
right. Why not? Hey, whatever works, man.
It's as long as it takes to kill everybody and meet your goal.
It literally stops right there.
Yep.
Yeah, it was neat. It looked fun. It looked fun.
I
looked like Call of Duty.
I like the first. That's I don't know how you to take that.
It looks good.
It looks good.
It looks good.
Yeah.
It has good visuals for what it is.
I like the first Black Ops a lot. So
look, there's nothing wrong with an FPS with a fun campaign.
Yeah,
and if a lot
I
of
prefer
them,
that actually.
Yeah, like it's always the way I prefer an FPS. Like, I don't play multiplayer. I can't do that to myself anymore.
I'm not doing.
I don't know. I don't know. What's the value of an FPS if it's not multiplayer?
There is none. Unless it's Doom,
or unless it's a rhythm game, apparently,
or Doom,
or Doom.
Are you saying Doom's a rhythm game?
Doom, no. Yeah, Doom is constructed from the bottom up to be.
And Doom is like a puzzle.
Doom is
shooter.
B1. Yeah.
Also, there is multiplayer in Doom.
Yeah, but no one cares.
Yeah, nobody gives a fuck.
I don't give a fuck about that shit.
Second trailer for Resident Evil 8 was announced and shown. Yeah.
Is Chris the bad guy? Is that what's going on here?
Man, Chris has went through so many transformations.
He's not punching boulders anymore.
That's his height. You can't reach. That's a peak.
I know.
Can't go past that. But everybody always forgets he was punching boulders in a volcano. In a volcano.
Nah.
Oh,
don't forget that.
We've gone full JoJo.
I mean, dude, no, you have no idea. Like he was trained. I mean, that was the whole. I own the.
Is he Wesker now? Is that it?
I think that's what they're going for.
Okay.
Where it's like he's become what he hates. Oh, Theo's mind just got blown off.
Yeah, I was like, oh, shit, that's actually pretty good.
I mean, that's what it looks like. So I'm intrigued. I'm kind of intrigued, honestly, to see what's happening with that.
I haven't followed Resident Evil.
I need to finish 7.
Very long time.
I haven't finished 7, and I want to play through 7 before I get to 8, because I will play through 8. Yeah. I even have 2. I have 2 downloaded. I haven't touched it yet.
2 is incredible. 2 is.
I know it's incredible. I just haven't played it.
Yeah.
And I keep staring at Resident Evil 4 on my Switch, and I'm like, soon. just because I'm getting that itch.
Yeah.
Because you just get that itch to play Resident Evil 4. It's just what happens sometimes.
Another trailer of Deathloop was shown.
I'm excited for this.
This looks cool. There's not enough video games with the 70s action movie aesthetic.
Yes.
Complete with your feature presentation music. Like when I heard that, I'm like, I want this a lot. I want this a lot.
This aesthetic with a Groundhog Day story.
Yeah,
okay.
dude.
All right.
This game looks fucking fantastic.
This game looks cool.
Yeah.
If they nail it, it's gonna be incredible.
I was already sold, but in this trailer they showed that you can basically do like a Ruse Goldberg kind of situation where you could kill 2 characters in one instance as opposed to just killing one by one.
Yeah.
So once they showed that, I was like, yeah, this looks really fucking interesting.
Dude, holy shit.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm sold on that.
Yeah, same. It looks incredible. I'm so excited.
It's a console exclusive too, if I'm not mistaken.
No,
Is it really?
It's
It's a console exclusive.
Oh, okay. Because
Yeah.
this is definitely coming to PC.
Yes,
Yeah,
100% coming to PC. Yeah. Some Oddworld game came out.
Oddworld.
You guys want to talk about Oddworld? It
I have nothing to say about Oddworld.
It's Oddworld.
I hate Oddworld so
I
much.
have nothing to say
I
about
love
it.
how much Theo hates it.
I hate it so much.
I think it's making me like it, actually.
Is it just because it's grotesque, or is there another reason you don't like it?
Oh, I played the first game and I never got it. And I forgot what magazine it was. It was like, this game is incredible. And I was like, okay, I'll get it.
Probably.
Maybe, there's a problem. And played it and I was like, yeah, I'd rather play Lemons. This isn't fun.
That's a real shitty feeling, isn't it? You know, when everybody tells you a
play
game
Lemons?
is great.
Oh.
No, that everybody tells you a game is great, and then you fucking hate it. Not a good feeling. So I can relate.
No, it doesn't bother me.
You know, maybe if you know what? Maybe
Doesn't
because
happen
that was
often,
your one time.
Yeah.
Oh, I dislike a lot of games people like.
Yeah, that happens to me more often than not. I just
I just have a lot of things to play.
Yeah, same here.
So,
It's definitely the norm for me.
yeah.
I want to talk about Devil May Cry 5.
All right. We don't care about Five Nights. Demon Souls got a really incredible trailer.
Well, I want to talk about Devil May Cry 5 first.
You skipped over DMC5.
Oh, did I?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry about that, guys.
Yeah.
I just seen that.
I want to talk about Devil May Cry 5 because, you know, another just put it like Jesus.
It's an upgrade. It's an upgrade.
Here's the
Yes,
thing.
buy an
Here's the
upgrade
thing about
special
this.
edition, which we all knew was coming.
I have got enough chips on my shoulder that I can't believe they're just still resting there. Because they said the only thing PC version is getting is the Virgil DLC. Nothing else that they're adding. No special edition.
Wait. Did they say they're not? They're updating.
They're not adding the new difficulty.
Capcom out said the only thing PC is getting is Virgil. Nothing else.
They're not getting the new difficulty.
That can't be right.
Nope, they outright said it. They outright said it.
That sucks.
That's terrible, actually.
Yeah, well, maybe it'll be another thing where it's like, yeah, Sony like tried to tell them after the trailer mistakes. We're like, yeah, downplay this. It could be that. There was a lot of that.
It probably is, honestly.
Shit.
I wouldn't freak out too hard.
I mean,
about
it's
it.
not like I'm that interested, really.
I was saying you didn't even like the MC5 that much.
But I'm looking, I'm like,
that's kind of crummy, though.
I'm like, this fucking Sony is becoming the Epic Game Store of consoles.
Mm.
And where to now it's affecting what I want to do because they're throwing all this money at these developers and these publishers to keep their shit on their shit only.
Mm.
Even if it's only for a timed release. Because I got to tell you, Final Fantasy 16 is coming out. I am mad as hell that I won't be able to play that alongside you guys. I am so sick and tired of
Joe,
waiting
I'm waiting with you.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Not everybody is going to do that.
Yeah.
But I am really sick and tired of not being able to play something that we're all excited about at the same time because of artificial money tossing at these people just so they can say we want to sell our shit, and the only place you get the shit you love is here because we gave them the most fucking money. Fuck you.
So I can only say this, right? Understandable frustrations, and it is the entire business of it sucks. I'm not gonna paint anyone in a good light here, right? I just know for a fact that this shit isn't going away, and it doesn't look like it's ever going to stop. So
no, well, it'll eventually reach a head where it'll be like, yeah, we have a platform where we sell our games. That's it.
So
you know?
the only reason I don't know, because I feel like I have a lot of choice, right? Because I have a console, and now I have a gaming PC, which is great, right? And now I have a Switch, so I have pretty much all the options you need, now. Like the PC gap was rough in some capacity, but not so rough because like I still don't love PC gaming. I like it. It's fine. I'm not in love with it yet. I probably will be once I have a better dedicated space for it. But no, and I know that that's a big part of it. Because once I'm more comfortable in my space with it, I will probably like it more. And I know that. But like because I've had everything, I've had all the options to play all the things. So for me, it's one of those things where I have a hard time I don't know. Maybe it's because I have everything. I don't get as upset about it, you know, because I have all the options already. Because I bought a console because I knew there was IPs on it that I wanted to play.
Here's the thing. I don't want to have to do that because I know it's just going to collect dust for other things. Once I'm done with it, it's going to go away forever. Versus having something that I bought, like I can still play games I bought 13 years ago, and not have to dig up a console, hook it up with some wires that don't even work anymore.
Yeah.
I can just install it and play it. And that's great. You know, I don't want to buy an entire console just so I can play 1 or 2 games on it. That is a huge waste of money. It's a huge waste of effort. And it's just going to be in my closet in a few years' time anyway. And if I ever want to play it again, it's going to take a bit of tedious time to hook it up, make sure all the wires work, find the disc, which, you know, honestly shouldn't be too hard, or download the content again, which is also not a hard problem.
I was about to say, if the store is up.
But like years down the line, shit, I don't even know where my PlayStation 3 is. I think games that on my PlayStation 3 I would love to go back to.
I think that's when it's going to come to a head, when we get to a point where you cannot access your games anymore.
Yeah.
I think that's when it's going to be like, oh, shit.
We already saw that happen with Scott Pilgrim. You know what they did? Yep. They had to re-release it.
Yep. And there's still no physical release for that.
No, and it's going to happen to it again.
It will.
Yeah. It will. No, maybe limited run will do one.
Maybe. Well, they actually tweeted out. It was like, we would love to do it, but nobody has contacted us yet. Yeah.
Come on.
That bummed me out.
Come on.
Yeah. And for them not to announce that they already have a physical, for them to announce that story and say like, oh, there's no physical for this. I'm like, oh shit. We're going through this again, huh?
So like, I like to play old games a lot. I've gotten way off topic here, but man, I am sick and fucking tired of Sony, and I don't want to buy any of their products because of this. The same reason I won't use the Epic Store.
I'm going to say this, Joe. It sounds like you're cutting your nose off to spite your face when it comes to your options if wanting to play video games in general.
No,
I'm talking about the Epic Store, not necessarily Sony in this end.
The Epic Store, because the Epic Store is doing the same thing Sony is. And I know they are. I can't in good conscience support it. I can't in good conscience.
It's still on your PC though.
It is still on my PC, but not with my controller support, not with my safe financial information.
That's fair.
Yeah,
that's fair. I'm not going to argue that one.
Not with my friends list or anything.
Yeah.
You know, an inferior store. There's like a whole slew of things.
No. So the Epic Store is garbage, and I'm not here to defend anything.
And that's not even including the principle of why I won't freaking use this platform.
And now you're feeling similar sentiment towards Sony now.
I am feeling. It's even worse because they're locking their shit on console. Like, at least if I had it on Epic, I could be like, fuck it, maybe just this one time.
Yeah.
I think it's Five Nights at Freddy's.
Angry PC gamer is angry.
Five Nights at Freddy's.
Yeah,
I'm not trying to sound fucking elitist.
What do you want from me, man? No offense, man. I've been listening to it for years, and it's kind of hard as a console peasant to not sit there and laugh at half of the people who are kind of dicks about it. I'm not saying you are, but at the same time, it's like, go buy a console. Cry me a river. I don't know what else to tell you. Blow me. Like, I can't play StarCraft 2. What do you want from me? You don't hear me crying about it. I'm just saying. I'm not saying you are it, Joe.
There were console releases of StarCraft.
Yeah, fuck you. Fuck you and your StarCraft 64. Go fuck yourself, okay? But seriously, like that's where I'm at when it comes to that shit. Because I'm on the other end of that, just sitting there, and it's like, you guys have this option. It's not like they're taking it away forever.
No,
You can go buy the fucking thing.
The only reason that option is even a concept is because of what they're doing.
Joe, your principles now, I agree with, and that's why I'm not going to give you shit for it.
All right.
This was a year ago.
Five Nights at Freddy's is a game about a pizza joint with animatronic killer robots, and now we're getting another one.
Yeah. I think it's just Night Trap, but for a new generation.
For 5-year-olds.
Yeah. Looking at cameras and seeing who the killer is.
Pretty much.
I don't know. I really don't know what this game is about.
I've never played Five Nights at Freddy's, so I have no idea.
I've seen a trailer. I've seen curious.
Playthroughs.
I know it's jump scare of the game, right?
It's a jump scare game, yeah.
Right. Okay. It's jump scare of the game, yeah.
All right. Back to something we'll care about. Demon Souls got an incredible trailer.
It looks incredible.
Real
if what we spoke about it earlier, but if I wasn't like Joe and I'm kind of over the From gameplay loop, this in conjunction with Final Fantasy 16 probably would have sold me on a PS5. Despite me already playing through Demon Souls numerous times.
You have a platinum.
I have a platinum in that game, yeah. So
that's a crazy statement.
It looks really nice. I love it.
It looks incredible.
This is the first next gen game that I was like, this looks like next gen.
Yeah, this looks unbelievable.
It's like, holy shit.
So was it Blue Point?
Blue Point, yep.
They're doing
incredible work.
They're doing magic, dude.
Yeah.
Like holy shit, these guys are amazing.
Before it was Shadow of the Colossus. What was before that?
Shadow of Ico.
And there was another one too they did as well. I think they did one other thing. I'm just blanking on it.
Was the last something? Was it the last?
No, they did Last Guardian. That's the Ico company who made it themselves.
Oh, that's you're talking about that.
Yeah. No, they did something else too. And I'm just blanking on it. But yeah, they did that Shadow of the Colossus remake for PS4, and that is the way you play that game now. Let me tell you, that's holy shit.
Oh yeah, the Uncharted collection.
Oh, that's also really good.
Yeah.
So many quality of life changes they made that make those games fantastic. Like,
I wonder what quality of life changes that make the Demon Souls.
Hopefully not too many.
Probably fix the world tendency.
More than likely.
Yeah. And add because one of the statues wasn't finished, and when you go to a interview with Miyazaki, he was like, "Yeah, we couldn't finish it in time."
Oh, he'll finish.
Probably,
maybe.
Oh wait, he's not part of the. Oh God, is he part of the company? Yeah, maybe.
Maybe it'll remain unfinished as an homage.
Yeah.
Nah, I don't think so.
Better netcode, maybe.
Maybe. I never had a problem with the netcode, but yes, I would hope it's better netcode.
Better than the PS3 era. One would.
Oh my God.
One can pray.
A ton of great first-party exclusives.
I should add
on a PlayStation 5.
I should add, by the way, that it did say it was coming to PC, and then after, nope, that was a mistake. We fucked up. We should not have said that.
So, here's my conspiracy theory thing with that.
Yeah, I see where you're going because I think I agree with you already.
This is a trailer that has been vetted numerous times through. It has gone through so many hands to show through millions of people, and the fact that nobody caught that also available on PC. I think this was Sony trying to show the interest of what this game would be on PC and see how much people is willing to say like, okay, yeah, I want this game on PC.
I think maybe you're right. It sounds more likely that it was an accident.
That's the good tinfoil hat. That's a very glass half full tinfoil hat you got there, Theo.
I cannot believe that was an accident. When you cut a trailer like this, when you cut something like this,
and on all of them.
On all, and you watch.
I think I'm kind of getting
like I do editing work and stuff like that, and you watch this thing hundreds of times to make sure that everything is shown properly and everything is conveyed correctly, because you don't want any misinformation.
Maybe the editor just didn't know that information.
Possible. So that's it. Maybe the editor was like, yeah, you guys said it was coming out on PC, so I put it's also going to be available on PC. It's like, no, we wasn't fucking supposed to say that now. That's where I'm at with it. I don't think
it's certainly not going to be day and date of
no.
It's too big a flub, and it happened repeatedly.
Yeah,
and I think I get where Leo's coming from.
SquareSoft corrected themselves with a Game of Sutra or some
yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, they had an interview. Like they asked him about it. Like, nah, we don't know.
Yeah,
We don't know when or even if. Even though we said, yeah, we did.
Yeah. So, wow.
Despite the fact that every single Final Fantasy game, going back to every single Final Fantasy game is on PC.
I was just about to say every single one is on PC.
Except Tactics.
One day.
Yeah. Yeah, Tactics.
You're gonna War of the Lions.
Well, there's no modern release.
Every single main numbered Final Fantasy is on PC. I don't even the first 3. I don't know.
Yeah.
The
shitty mobile ports are there, but they're there.
Yeah, 3 is definitely there.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So this is coming. Yeah, I'm not even worried about that. It's just how long we're gonna wait.
At some point, at some time, and it better be sooner than later.
Me too. I hope so.
Yeah.
The PS5 launches in November.
Yep.
For $4.99.
Disc drive one.
The disc drive.
Yep.
Digital is
$3.99.
$3.99. Yes.
All that waiting, all that speculating, only for them to say, "Yeah, we the same price."
Yeah.
It's so stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah, we the same.
It's so stupid.
It's honestly the Spider-Man meme.
You know what? They probably waited until the last minute. Every day they'd be like, "Okay, here's the start of our meeting. Same thing every day. Are we sure we want the price to be this?"
Yeah.
Yes. Still okay.
It's so stupid.
I think the $100 difference between the disc and discless is insane. Insane, because there's no reason that it should be that big a gap. But when I think about it a little more, if you get the discless version, you are beholden to Sony sales. You are buying all their games through their
because they don't offer digital codes and
not anymore.
Third party anymore. Yeah, I know.
Yep, and they
all Sony now.
That was a Ford. They were like, you know what? We're gonna have a discless system, so GameStop, you can't sell our fucking codes anymore.
Can't loan games to people anymore.
Yeah, that seems like a bad.
Unless you can trade accounts again.
Well, I'm sure
that's still be active. Hopefully.
But hopefully.
Man, have we been through this already?
Yeah, we have. It's the thing that buried Microsoft,
right? And then Sony was like, "Here you go, like you can trade games now." And now we're like, "Oh, we're back. We won the generation." Yeah, okay, fuck that.
I mean, but that doesn't matter. Because they gave you the other offering, so it's not quite the same.
Yeah, the messaging was also wrong on the Xbox. Also, it was completely wrong. If they sold that a little better, it would have probably worked.
Oh, I know, but it's the way they handled it was so shitty. And piss poor.
Yeah.
That presentation was a train wreck. And it wasn't even that big a deal, actually. That's the funny thing.
Also, the thing about the disc version is that they've already deconfirmed the fact that we're not going to get any 1, 2, or 3 PlayStation 1, 2, or 3 backwards compatibility. So
they had the rumors that was going to be a thing been going for a while though. So I wasn't actually that surprised.
I didn't know that was a thing that they were.
Yeah, no, I knew that. I had known that already.
It's crazy that we have a
console would be $700 if it ran those games.
You know, it's crazy to think that they have. Why isn't the PlayStation Classic? Why didn't it release with something you can put your old CDs on?
Why didn't you just make an actual Sony PlayStation 1 and release it? Great question.
Yeah, that's what you're asking.
I don't know, but then there's all these games at the back here: PlayStation 2, PlayStation 1 that nobody can play.
You can play it on your PC. Don't be absurd.
I can with unofficial emulation software.
Yeah, no.
Sony don't give no fucks. If Sony don't care, you don't care.
Look, game preservation is important to me.
I agree. This is where you and I are right on with that, Joe. Game preservation, the lack of it in the coming console generations is driving me insane.
Yeah, there's too much of it now. As we keep going forward, there's just going to be more junk piled up. What do you do with all your PlayStation 3 games?
I still have them.
What are you doing with them?
Not a shit.
I'm not playing them, but I can play them when I want.
Yeah.
I have the option, so that's cool.
PlayStation 2?
Same thing. I have a PS2 in the house, so.
Does it work?
It plays PS1 games. Yeah, it works.
You know what's funny?
Does your memory card work?
Yes.
Yeah. You know, it's just funny.
I have a PlayStation 1. You know what happened? It broke.
Yeah, the PS2 actually.
Yeah, I have a launch PS2 that still works. The front grill isn't on anymore, but
it works.
Yeah, it works.
Do you have all the cables to make it work? Do you have a TV that can?
So I do.
The TV I'm currently using.
I said this to Kayla the other day. I was like, we have all the PlayStations hooked up on this TV right now, right? She's like, what? She's like, well, technically, the PlayStation 2 play PlayStation 1 games.
Yeah,
I still have the PS3 connected and the PS4.
Same here.
I was like,
all my Sony consoles are hooked up to one TV.
Yeah.
Actually, that's not true. My PS2 is not hooked up to anything. But the TV, I have a TV that runs my PS2.
Yeah.
Fun. And you can, I think PS2 actually has S video, progressive scan.
S cards?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Well, this stuff is gonna break at some point.
Yeah.
Oh no, look, it's not gonna last forever, and I know that.
I mean, everything. That's everything.
Mm-hmm. That's technology, though.
Yeah.
Like, I'm very much of the mind in which owning the thing is important, you know. But like, my PC could break too, and like, what if shit gets delisted? Then I'm fucked. Like, it's the same thing. It's just it's not any safer.
No, well, it is a bit. It's a bit safer.
A smidge safer. I would say it's a smidge safer.
I'd say it's a lot safer, but it's still not completely safe
for now.
Yeah.
For now.
Yeah.
That's the thing. It is entirely at someone else's discretion.
Theo, what were you saying when you heard the 3DS went out of production? Need to buy 2 of every kind now?
Yeah, but I'm insane though.
Yes, you are a psycho.
So
my 3DS, I think it still works.
I'm not a good barometer for that.
No, Theo's a lunatic.
The final tease for this is God of War.
Mm-hmm.
Was announced.
That was the teaser.
Yeah. That was just a logo.
That's a good teaser.
That was a good logo to throw.
Yeah.
I like that. That was the move.
I still haven't translated the runes. I should have, but
I think it says Ragnarok, but spelled wrong. It's odd.
Yeah. Okay, Theo.
God damn it, Theo. So I honestly thought this presentation was fucking fantastic.
It was great.
It was good. They had some really cool stuff on it.
Honestly, man, it had Final Fantasy 16. I didn't really care.
It had some really cool asterisks.
Yeah.
That were great that I later got, de-hyped for, but hey, whatever.
Yeah.
It's fine. Look, I'm not sad to see Final Fantasy 16.
No, it exists, and that's awesome.
Yeah, I'm not sad about that.
And then, an hour later...
Oh, God, we don't even have time for all the shit that happens after this whole conference. Okay.
We got to talk about it. It's tangentially related. Considering that we talk about the video cards, and this is essentially the same thing.
Sony announced that they
or better.
Sony announced that they will either let us know when you can pre-order it or be available to pre-order the next day after the conference.
Yes.
It was able to pre-order that night.
Well, this is the thing. We don't know who fucked this up. Mm-hmm. I think it's the retailers, honestly.
I think so too.
Because I know the retailers are hurting financially right now.
Yeah. GameStop has some interesting numbers that came out.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe not interesting to them.
No, definitely not interesting to them. But the retailers are hurting right now. And it's like Sony, for some reason, they've agreed to not do this with Microsoft. But for some reason, Sony, either there was miscommunication on their end or the retailers like, fuck that, we're getting this money now. And they pre-orders went up.
Yep.
I was recording on Nick and Jason's show again when I was like browsing Facebook while watching the thing and doing the commentary.
Yeah.
And I noticed a friend of mine was like, got one. And I was like, what the fuck do you mean got one?
Mm-hmm.
Right. Went on the Best Buy's website, saw that it was up. And like it had just gone up like as I had typed in the search. Like because you typed in PlayStation 5 console, nothing. Refreshed it one more time and it popped up and I went, oh shit. So I just clicked on it while I was doing commentary. Got one in the cart. Digital, not digital edition.
Did it get sold out while he was in the cart?
No, it didn't get sold out when I was in the cart.
Because that's how carts are supposed to work.
Because Best Buy's system works. So I was just sitting there like this, clicking, watching a thing, drinking, just clicking, having fun, clicking, not worried about it. I'm like, you know what? If I don't get it, not the end of the world.
Yeah.
But I got one.
Nice.
For pickup.
Nice.
So, yeah, and I couldn't believe I got it. And I was like, holy shit. And this is where I get suspicious, though. All right, and this was at about 9:00. All right, and the pre-orders, I think, I don't know where the pre-orders had gone up on other retailers, but Best Buy's had started roughly around that time, maybe like an hour earlier. Mm-hmm. It took me about 20 minutes to get out of that cart, and the site did try to poop on it once and tell me it wasn't in there.
Hammered.
Oh yeah, it was getting destroyed. Like it would just constantly, error message. Like again, I've had practice, so so I'm like, it's in the cart. I'm okay as long as it's in the cart. I'm good.
Yeah. Right.
And there's a great meme that's been going around where from 300, where Leonidas turns around to Lena Headey, and she like gives him the nod, and it's like when he's about to boot the dude, but like instead it's like click on the pre-order for PS5. I literally did that to Claire. I was like, "Hey, it's in the cart."
Yeah, we doing this?
Are we doing this? She's like, "You got one in the cart?" I'm like, "Yeah." She's like, "Fuck it." I'm like, "All right." I didn't go in with the expectation of getting one.
Yeah.
I was like, "Let me try. Let's see what happens."
Yeah.
If I don't get one, it'll probably be fine.
Better than not having one.
I'd rather, because I know I'm gonna want to play.
I don't know.
I'm gonna want to play Spider-Man at one point. We'll see how it goes. I have never bought a launch console in my life.
Here's the thing: you don't need a PS5 for Horizon Forbidden West.
So I wanted to get into that. They announced afterwards that these are not exclusive to the PlayStation 5, which I was ecstatic for.
Yeah,
I have a friend who wants to. Yeah, I have a friend who wants a PlayStation 5, was upset, and I was like, bro, you're still gonna get the better version of the PlayStation 5.
Yeah.
He's like, no, why am I buying a launch console if I can't play things exclusively? And I was like, okay, I could kind of see that point.
You have one,
and this is why so many strategies working, because that's all people care about.
Yeah. Yep.
I honestly did it on a whim.
Okay.
And I did it also because
I understand.
I did it on a whim. I was like, let me see.
You did fine.
Yeah. Like I wasn't trying to I'm not gonna flip this. Like this is our PS5 now. Until they do a Spider-Man limited edition one. Shut the fuck up.
God, it's white. It's white.
I know.
God, it's so ugly. It's so
I know. It's not I don't actually think it's ugly at all.
I think the color makes it ugly.
No, it's white and that's troublesome, but like I don't think it's bad looking.
Fashionable for electronics to be black and other colors, but not white. Mostly black with other colors.
Yes.
But not white.
Yeah.
White is not a fashionable electronics color.
Yeah.
Like not even your toasters are white anymore.
Yep. No, that's true. That is true. Yeah, I don't know why they picked that color.
Hey Google.
Stand out.
Why are you a white thing?
Don't ask that.
Don't ask questions. See?
Yeah. Not even Google knows. Not even Google knows. Thanks, Google. You can go now.
Google doesn't see color, Joe. Come on. So, but like, yeah, man, this was a giant disaster. However, was this the actual right way to do this? Based on what happened with the NVIDIA cards? Because a bunch of people I know who tried to get it actually got one. I don't see. My panic is I have one concern. All right, I was on Discord with Tim way later that night at like 1:30 in the morning, 2 in the morning or something, right? And Tim goes on to Best Buy and just pre-orders one. This is 2:30 in the morning.
So let me ask you now.
PS5?
Yeah, digital version too. The one that was selling out faster.
Let me ask you. Were you charged?
Yes.
All right, so yeah, you're good.
I'm like, they better be good because
once they take my money, I'm like,
taken.
Yeah, the money was taken. I have a
and
Best Buy credit card.
And if I'm not good, you guys better compensate me in some way.
I'm like, yo, I'm gonna make such a shit. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little. I know Best Buy can be a little funky sometimes, so I'm like, we'll see how this goes. It's the first time I've ever done this with Best Buy.
In the same light, I was able to get an AIB 3080 on Amazon.
Right.
But
the founders editions were the ones that were going for those prices that were crazy.
Yeah.
But everything else is like a different price.
But that was a pre-order and they just canceled it. But they don't take any money out, so it was like, okay, whatever.
Yeah.
Your shit
Amazon charges you when they ship, or like before.
I ain't mad at that.
Sometimes
it was a shot in the dark.
Best Buy took my money, so that shit better be there.
Yeah.
So I'm theoretically getting a launch PS5.
Nice.
I have never. Last time you got a launch console?
Yeah, I've never. This is the first time I've ever done this. I've never got a launch console. Maybe the only other time I've ever got a launch console, and I barely count because it's the handheld. I had the original DS on launch.
Okay.
And I
the
picked
original?
up the new. Yeah, the original.
Oh fuck.
Yeah, dude.
That thing was
I
bad.
had that ugly thing.
Oh my god.
It was great when I was playing it. I had so much fun with it.
They pretty much scrubbed that from the internet. Like it's hard to see how the original DS looks.
And they're so cheap to find. Like Like they were like you could. I remember you can get a used one a couple years ago for like $30.
Nothing. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the only launch not counting a handheld is I was gonna say the Switch, but that's kind of a handheld.
No, it counts.
Oh yeah.
I mean, because it launched with Breath of the Wild. There was no way you weren't getting it.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah.
I had a Wii U to play it.
Yeah, but not But then you have to turn your Wii. You have to
Then I
plug your
turn
Wii U
on my-
back
yes,
in.
you're right. Actually, my Wii U was always plugged in.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Not for long. There's
Yeah.
only like one or two games left.
Only,
now.
yep. And Nintendo
Like two
knows.
holdouts.
At least Nintendo
One.
knows not to keep
One.
this shit locked up.
For me, yeah. Yeah, but it's locked up still in their system.
Yeah, it is.
Not for much longer. They're
Yeah.
getting everything off.
Inevitable. Yeah.
Yeah.
The Wii U evacuation is almost complete.
Yeah. Almost. Not quite.
God, I was actually. Hold on. This thing's a piece of shit.
Yep.
Looks nice.
It looks so good,
It
right?
looks so
Looks
good.
so good.
It just feels like shit.
I mean,
No,
the back
it feels like shit because it doesn't have anything to play on it.
No, this thing just does not feel good at all. God, what was Nintendo thinking?
I
They
know.
weren't. There was no real thought with the Wii U.
Everything everyone liked about our previous console and just throw it in the garbage.
That's exactly what happened.
Except the Switch is now a better Wii U.
It is.
The Wii U died
Essentially.
for its sins.
Yeah.
It did. The Wii U died for its sins,
So
and the Switch lives on.
You just showed us a prototype.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's exactly it. It was the prototype, precisely.
Absolutely right.
So
Yeah, that was
man.
that was Sony's show. So we got a bunch of prices for these next gen consoles. That is exactly what we thought it was going to be.
Some cool games to look forward to. That's all that matters. It's a cool games to look forward to.
Yeah, and that's big.
Yeah.
So I won't feel like I wasted my money. Hopefully,
You'll be
probably
fine.
will.
It's
It's the first year of a console. You always feel like you waste your money.
You know,
Yeah,
that's what sucks about iterative consoles. Like you can't really go on anywhere because you're always worried you have to wait for the next.
It's also extremely rare that console launches are great. At
It
least
is
long
true.
lineups.
Yeah.
The Switch was
it
a
almost
rare
never
exception.
happens. It almost never happens.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the Switch was a
Never,
rare
never.
exception to that.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm gonna have the Spider-Man game on launch, and I'll have Special Edition DMC5. That'd be pretty cool.
And Demon Souls is a launch game.
Oh, fuck.
You'll have to rebuy Devil May Cry. I think. I don't think.
I think I might have to.
I believe it's 40, though.
Yeah, it's 40, and that's I don't feel as shitty about that.
We also didn't talk about the new price for AAA games.
$70.
It's
Here
going to
we are.
happen. We knew this though. Again, this was inevitable.
Yeah, that's where
This
I'm
was
out.
inevitable.
I think that's where I'm out.
This was inevitable.
Yeah.
60,
It's not gonna be-
60 seemed like the right price to me.
They're going to be $70, but they've been $60 for how long?
That's true. And I understand why they're doing that, but
This
not
was
every game,
inevitable.
not every game is worth $60.
I agree.
And 70.
I don't feel like most AAA games are worth the prices that
Nope.
you pay for them, to be honest.
Honestly, the only games I really pay that much money for is either RPGs, because
Mhm.
I'm just a lunatic that way, and Nintendo games, because they don't go down price anyway.
I paid
It's true.
$35 for Sekiro and regret it.
Yeah, but Joe, you hate everything.
Look, I'm not buying these games so I can hate them.
I'm not buying. Look, I'll be honest. I've had this mentality with the $60 price point. So $70 doesn't mean anything to me. I don't care because most of these games I don't buy on launch anyway.
That's true.
Like I'm gonna buy Spider-Man, of course I am, right? And that's the only
Put-
real
put
one
your-
where I'm frothing at the mouth for.
Well, put yourself outside of your box for a minute. How does
Mhm.
how does this affect everybody else?
Not as
Not
much as you
great.
would think, probably. Because
Think
again,
that-
look, as far as as long as they're getting the same value that they had at the $60 price point in the first place, this isn't really going to mean that much.
But
Let's be
sometimes that
honest.
value wasn't even worth it at
Yeah,
60.
let's be honest. You're not.
But guess what? Those are the games that are selling millions of copies anyway that all these Call of Duty zombie fucks buy every fucking year regardless.
We can't
so
shit
you
on
think
Call
this
of
is
Duty.
I'm going to
Yeah.
shame every single one of them
Dude,
because
you
they're
are-
the reason
you
why
are
we're
like-
drowning in this shit.
Dude, you are being real anti-consumer tonight.
No,
if you ask me.
I'm not being anti-consumer.
Your arguments are entirely like fuck all the little people.
No, this isn't the little people. These are the people who paid money for the games, who keep supporting this shit in the first place.
Broken games.
No. I didn't tell them to buy Call of Duty every fucking year. They made that decision on their own. So why is that?
To be
how
fair,
is this on me?
To be fair, those games are of high quality. It's not for us, but
They're not
they
for
are
us.
they are made
And I'm not-
extremely well.
I'm not actually even trying to shit on them about it. I'm just saying it's not going to be a big difference. They're going to bitch and they're going to moan. And they're going to buy it. And that's the way it's going to go.
I ain't buying $70 games, man. That's just me.
Well,
I
right,
barely.
when it catches up to Steam and that shit starts happening, because it will. And
It already
I
did.
think you
Sale.
got
Sale.
Yeah, of course. You guys, because your PC games, you guys don't pay full price for your games anyway. So this never applied to you.
I pay full price for video games. What's the last game I bought that was $60?
The last thing I bought that was $60 was Super Mario 3D All Stars.
DMC probably. DMC 5.
And DMC 5 is the likely one.
If I buy 60,
I buy that day and date. Yeah.
If I pay $6 for a game, I know I'm gonna like it.
Okay.
That's my point.
There's no issue.
So if it's $70, is that gonna make you not buy it?
I wish I could say
that's why I said I will only ever do this for like RPGs because
that's what we do anyway. That's my point.
Well, you know what? No, it was Borderlands 3. Borderlands 3 I paid.
Okay. Yeah, my point is we already do that anyway. $10 isn't going to make that difference for the people who are going to do this anyway. I don't think it's going to make that big a difference. I really don't. I honestly don't. Like this was going to happen. 2006, man, 14 years, the same price point.
Yeah. I think the issue is with as predatory as games are now, especially in AAA landscape where games are not finished when they come out, which is a big thing. DLC, cosmetics, all this shit. For it to if games were $80 and they stopped all this predatory shit, totally fine.
Yeah, I agree.
I'd be okay with that.
Honestly, if they just dropped if they dropped the facade and made these games $90, I'd be fine with it. I wouldn't even care. As long as we stopped this fucking this microtransaction shit.
I don't think you should say that out loud, Chris.
I don't care.
I mean, but he's saying he's saying that if there's no microtransactions.
Yeah, I'm talking take the garbage out, Joe.
Will never disappear.
Which is unfortunately never going to happen.
Sorry.
And
bad microtransactions.
And the only reason the $60 price point stuck around as long as it did is because of them, sadly.
Yep.
So this was an inevitability.
Here's the thing. Now they increase the price to $70, it's not going to change.
I get worse.
That's the thing. That's the issue. They increase the price to $70, and it's not going to. And the jump in quality is not any different.
Yep.
We're not getting $10 more of quality. We're getting $10 more because
the hardware is better.
Yeah.
Because the games look better. Because the gameplay should theoretically be better.
Theoretically,
you could say that, but let's face it, we don't care, and we haven't. And I'm talking about us in particular. We haven't given a shit about this stuff really for 10 years. In actuality, we've been out of the mainstream AAA titles shit for a long time.
Very true.
We haven't been those people for.
Well, that is literally because that we weren't getting $60 worth of quality out of the games we were releasing out of this.
Yeah, that was done.
That's why.
But unfortunately, we're not the majority, man. We're not the majority here. So this isn't. I don't think it changes anything. You asked me if I think it changes anything. I don't think it changes a fucking thing. It doesn't change a goddamn thing.
Yeah. It changes another $10 out of our bank account whenever we decide to pull the trigger on one of these things.
Well, if I'm spending $7 on a game, I know I'm gonna like it.
Yeah,
there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it.
Fucking better.
I know I'm gonna like it.
I mean, does this add? My point is, I don't think it adds any extra resolve to that decision, because we all have that. Resolution.
It really does add a little bit more hesitation. It really does.
Not so bad.
Well,
to us, because we are smart. I don't want to say smart consumers, but there are people who just go to GameStop and look at a wall and be like, "This looks interesting." And
we're careful. We are selective.
Yeah,
consumers.
And there's a lot of people that's not.
I know.
And this is an expensive hobby.
No, it's not. That's the funny
thing. Compared to other hobbies, it really isn't.
It's not even close. That's the funniest thing.
Mm-hmm.
We say that it's expensive. It's actually not even a little expensive. It's actually still the cheapest hobby, even with all the new price points. $70 for infinite multiplayer replay value.
You're not buying any weekly issues. You're not buying an absurd amount of figures. You're not paying $80 for one single card.
Yep. How much that Black Panther? You know how much this Goku was? This Goku was $60.
And what does it do?
It looks really cool.
There. It stands there. Yeah, it looks cool, but that's all it do. $60.
No, it doesn't do much else.
It does $60 worth of standing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it looks beautiful.
And even then, if you poke it, even then, not so much, right?
Mm-hmm, exactly. That's kind of my point. Like, I don't think this is as big a change as everyone says it is.
Oh,
like,
maybe.
I personally, that's I
It's-
could be wrong. Maybe this will be the thing. This will be the straw that breaks the camel's back, and everybody suddenly abandons AAA gaming because it's all too fucking expensive.
No, that's not going to happen.
I know it's not going to happen. I'm being facetious.
Yeah.
That's my point. It's not going to happen.
Doesn't mean we have to like it.
I'm indifferent to it. That's
how can you be indifferent about paying more money for something?
Because they could have raised it last. They could have raised it last gen, and they didn't.
You can't tell me
before that.
You can't tell me that if you stood between something that's thing that's 60, another thing that's 70, is like, I don't care about the $10 difference between these two things here. That is the exact same thing. One I want to buy, the other I don't.
Because $60 and $70, as far as like whatever the value of that is infinitesimal.
I'm not even going to ask you the question, because I know if you're put between a $60 thing and a $7 thing, that's the exact same thing. You're going to pick up the $60 thing. So
of course it is, but it's not the exact same thing, and that's the point I'm trying to make here. Games are different now. You're acting like this is a fucking 360 game. It's not. A 360 game cost $60 when it was new.
All I'm saying is that I know that you would rather these things be 60. That's all.
Of course I would.
That's all.
Of course.
That's all I'm saying.
My point is, I'm very happy we got $60 as long as we did.
As long as we did. Okay.
Yeah,
I think we can agree.
And that's what I've been trying to say. That's all I've been trying to say.
To be honest with you, I don't remember when they changed it to 60. I don't remember how I felt.
360.
No,
you were probably mad.
I don't think so.
See, that's my point. And all of a sudden, everyone's angry.
I'm not gonna lie. I was like, huh. Yeah, I guess games are $60 now.
Yeah.
Maybe if we're making more money, if it's inflation, we can live.
It is inflation.
Oh yeah.
That's all it is. This is just inflation.
We'll live.
Cheaper
Chris
now.
Chris is saying that we'll fucking live. We can hate as much as we want, but we'll live.
We are. It's. I don't think it's as big a thing as. I really don't.
And not only that, they go on sale so fucking fast.
Yeah,
now.
Dude, like come on.
So
there's a sale every other fucking day.
I saw Ghost of Tsushima for $40.
Yeah, already. Like come on. Like I'm not worried about this shit. This price point means nothing to me.
Yeah.
It really doesn't. Like I mean, because again, I don't remember the last time I bought a game on launch day was Spider-Man.
There are some things that you're gonna want day and day. There are some things,
of course, but but it's never enough. And usually, if I are their indie games, and they cost me $20.
Sure. I'm looking at a couple of $60 games that are coming out in November, and that's going to be an expensive month for me.
Yeah, it is.
Yep.
If in fact I do go through with this PC, and I probably won't.
Yeah, well, that was a lot of news.
Yeah, and a lot
of informative stuff.
Yeah, we yelled at each other too.
Next gen is coming. That's how
we haven't talked to each other in a while. We were going to yell at each other.
I'm very cranky.
Yeah, well, I mean,
it is pretty late.
Yeah, you were cranky coming in.
No, that's right. That's right.
Yeah,
bad back and everything. Chip on my shoulder. Tedious video games. Yeah, I'm fucking cranky.
I love you, Joe. I still love you, buddy.
Yeah. At least.
Yeah.
Did you ever figure out that game before we sign off?
Nope. Nope.
Anyway, so you can catch us on all your streaming platforms, YouTube Music. I don't know what that new Google Music thing is.
We need to get that. We need to get that solidified and stop referring to the new as a new thing.
Every time I open up Google Play, it's like, hey, you want to use you? I'm like, no, not now. Stop
that shit.
I
guess when it goes away, then we can start.
Yeah. Spotify, SoundCloud, all your streaming services. Anybody have anything? Instagram.
Send us emails.
Yes. We would read them.
4205cast@gmail.com. And
Usenet. What's our IRC? What's our IRC?
That's your department.
Yeah, that's all you, bro. God damn it.
All right.
Like I probably used IRC more recently than any of you, and even then I stopped it.
Like, what am I doing?
What were you doing?
I was using it for Zelda races. I was using it for random races.
That makes more sense to me.
Yeah.
Why?
Because that's what people were using. I was asking the same, like, why do I have to use this? And then there was a Zelda race community that used exclusively Discord, and I'm like, cool, we're in the future now. Thanks.
All right. The IRC users like play vinyls on their gramophones also.
Interesting tidbit. Vinyls have finally outpaced the sales of CDs.
Yeah,
I believe. Yeah, why? It's funny
Theo is living proof that that's a thing.
It's funny you say that because Kelly. I said this album came out on CD and vinyl. And she was like, "Oh, we're gonna get the vinyl, right?" And I was like, "Yeah, we're at that point now, huh?"
Yep.
She's like, "Why would I ever get a CD? We don't even have anything that plays CDs."
I mean, I do, but like, who does? Who else does? Like, I was setting up a computer for somebody.
I technically don't at the moment. No, my PlayStation plays CDs. PS3 plays PlayStation.
I was setting up a computer for one of the teachers the other day.
Yeah.
And getting it all hooked up, and I'm looking at this thing, and I'm like, this thing has a CD drive, and it's the computer says it was manufactured in 2008. And she's like, "Oh, thank God I have my computer." And she opens up her MacBook Air in front of me. And I'm like, "You really need this computer? Because everything that's in your lap right now is at least 3 times as powerful what's in front of me here."
Yeah.
I'm like, I spent all this time getting this thing hooked up and telling you what adapters you need, and you have this?
Yeah, this little thing.
Granted, I don't care for MacBook Airs or Apple products in general, but like, you don't need this machine.
Nah, not anymore. Not from 08.
No.
Yeah.
With the CD, like, unless you want to play a DVD, and even then, it's gonna be sketchy.
Oh my God! How are we not better with DVD technology?
Because nobody has DVD technology is already obsolete, man.
Oh my God! Even like, Blu-ray technology on a computer sucks. I use Blu-rays all the time.
I do too. I buy. You know what I buy on Blu-ray? My anime.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Well, I'm not the right person to talk about this because
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, as long as you have a Blu-ray player.
I do.
Yeah.
I have several.
Okay. You're gonna want to have to rip that at some point. Who knows how long that's gonna take? Anyway.
Yeah. Old men talking about.
Yeah. Can we go?
Yeah.
Yes. Let's let Joe. We have to let poor Joe go.
All right. 4205 cast off.